From C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan, the Rockford Rivets begin the final third of their season. The All-Star break has come to an end, and now 24 games to go, and the first of two on the road against the Battle Creek Bombers. Hello and welcome to this broadcast of Rockford Rivets baseball on the road. Rivets at 25-23 this season, 5-8 in the second half. Here's their starting lineup. Josh Dutton plays second base to lead it off. Blake Burrows in center field bats second. Jake Vanderwall in right field bats third. Cleanup spot, Matt Higgins in left field today. Andrew Wilhite behind him and third base. Brendan Comilla plays shortstop and is number 6, the only left-hander in the order today. Tom Jostin at first base bats 7th. Mason Minzy, a catcher, bats 8th. And Johnny Butler, the designated hitter, bats 9th. Facing Ty Shoaf for the Bombers, 1-2 record with a 5.71 ERA. He's appeared 2 times previously against these Rivets and done very well in those starts. Just 3 runs in 12 2/3 innings versus Rockford this season, well below his ERA of nearly 6 on the season. So the lefty Josh Dutton comes in against the lefty Ty Shoaf. And we're just about set to get underway at 7:11 Eastern Time here in Battle Creek, Michigan. 85 degrees our temperature today. Showers came through earlier in the day. It was pouring over at Rockford. And some showers came through C.O. Brown Stadium as well, but we're all set for some baseball here today. And Ty Shoaf winds and fires the first pitch to Dutton. And a fastball is chopped past the first base line and foul. No balls and 1 strike. Dutton, the junior from Creighton, batting .279 this season with 16 RBIs and a home run. He got that home run his team's last time out. That came on Sunday against Kokomo, an extra innings win back in Rockford. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a slider touches the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Josh Dutton. Dutton 1 for 5 in that game with a 2 RBI home run. Put Rockford ahead in that game. Here's an 0-2. And a ball in the dirt from Ty Shoaf. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That home run put Rockford ahead by a 3-2 score. Kokomo tied the ball game late, but then Rockford won it in extras. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball inside. It hit him. A ball that didn't break at all, and it hit Dutton near the elbow on his right arm, the one closest to the pitcher's mound. So Dutton reaches base on a hit batsman right away. Takes his shot on first, and it brings up Blake Burrows here in the first inning. Burrows, the center fielder, the freshman from Kansas State. Batting .264 this season, lefty on lefty. Rockford employs a lineup of 7 lefties, a switch hitter Mason Minzy, who will bat right today, and then Brendan Comilla, a pure right-hander. Off of first leads Josh Dutton. Here's the first pitch to Burrows. Squares to bunt, but bluffs. A fastball is high and outside from Ty Shoaf for ball 1. Ty Shoaf making his 9th appearance, 8th start of the season. 40 strikeouts against 29 walks and 34 2/3 coming in. 1-0 pitch is a pitch out, 2 balls and no strikes. Last appeared 9 days ago against Kokomo on July 9th and allowed 5 runs over 5 innings and took the loss in that game, his second loss of the year. He's 1-2. 2-0 Burrows. From the stretch, Shoaf set of the letters in the pitch. Burrows squares the bump but lays off again. Pitch is high and away, and the count 3-0 on Blake Burrows. 19 stolen bases leads the Rockford team for Burrows. On base rate of .407. When he gets on, he likely steals. 3-0 is right down the gut for a strike to Burrows, a fastball, 3-1. Burrows, 5'7", 170. Shortest man of the lineup, but the speediest man as well, among the fastest on this Great Lakes East Division. 3-1 pitch to him. Squares to bunt, pops it up the first base line. It falls to no man's land, and Malcolm goes to second base, the first baseman for the out. Shortstop Kelby Weiler makes the play covering second base. So Dutton is erased. Turns into a fielder's choice, score at 3-6. Burrows reaches base, but Dutton's retired at second. A 3-1 bunt that was popped up between the first base bag and the pitcher's mound. And the first baseman, Malcolm, came out to field it. That retires Burrows for the out. Brings up Jake Vanderwall with 1 away. Vanderwall batting lefty, the right fielder from Long Beach State. Leads the Rockford team with 4 home runs. He's homered in his last 2 games. Here's the first pitch. Burrows takes off right away. Curveball's in for a strike. Throw down is not in time. Burrows slides head first ahead of Kelby Weiler's tag. And he's got stolen base number 20 of the season. He's now 20 for 25 on stolen bags, Blake Burrows. Takes off on the first pitch. A curveball is on the inside corner for a strike to Vanderwall. So an 0-1 count. With Burrows with all his speed now in scoring position. No score, top of the first, one away. Here's the 0-1 to Vanderwall. And a fastball as well outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vanderwall's average at 266. 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. Leads the Rockford team in both categories. 17 extra base hits. Schoaf's 1-1 pitch. And swinging a high fly ball, hit to right field toward the corner, tailing foul. This ball is off the top of the wall and gone. That ball tailed foul, but Jake Vanderwall somehow kept it in. It hit off the top of the wall, off the yellow pole, which indicates a home run, then fell over the wall, and Jake Vanderwall crushes a pitch to right field. That ball was just inside the foul pole by a few feet. A 2-run home run for Vanderwall. He's homered in 3 straight games, and Rockford takes a 2-0 lead.
Now batting for the Rivets, the left fielder, number 4 from Belsey.
A ball that stayed fair from Vanderwall, and he puts Rockford up 2-0 in the first inning. Just churned on a ball that was inside and pulled one right down the right field line. And Jake Vanderwall has home run number 5 of the season to put Rockford ahead 2-0. And that brings up Matt Higgins now. First pitch. Swinging a ball hit the other way between the 5-6 hole for a base hit for Higgins. So he takes the first pitch to the left field side. Rolls to the left fielder Trace Peterson, and Matt Higgins has a base hit to follow up Vanderwall's long bomb. 5th home run of the season for Vanderwall. 13th on the year for this Rockford team, and Vanderwall's got 5 of them. So following a streak in which he had no home runs in 36 games, perhaps the best power hitter on Rockford has homered in 3 in a row, that being Vanderwall, a 2-run shot to score himself and Blake Burrows. Rockford leads 2-0. Higgins on first, and Wilhite sends one to the third base side. Dropped by the third baseman Scheck, steps on the bag, unnecessarily throws on to first, and it's not in time. So Josh Scheck, with a ball that got away from him, he knocked it down as it went off his glove on a ball just inside the third baseline. Threw on to first base. But Wilhite is safe at first. It's a base hit on the infield for Andrew Wilhite. Brings Higgins to second base. Wilhite now on first, and Brennan Comia to come up. First and second, 1 out. First pitch to him. Inside and almost in the dirt for ball 1. So Rockford with 3 straight hits. A Vanderwall home run. A Higgins single to left and a Wilhite single to third base. Now first and second and 1 away for Comia and 2 men on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a breaking ball falls over the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Comia batting .206 with 1 home run and 14 RBIs. 0 for 9 in the series, though, back against Kokomo in a 3-game set at Rivet Stadium. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up and away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Comia. Comia, the freshman from Illinois, had a 5-game hitting streak entering the Kokomo series, but failed to hit in any of his 3 games he played. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up and away again, off speed. 3 balls and a strike from Ty Schoaf, who has failed to find the strike zone very well in this inning. Hit Josh Dudden to begin. Blake Burrows grounded into a fielder's choice to retire Dudden. 3 straight hits since then. 3-1 pitch. That's low and outside on a fastball for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. So Matt Higgins, Andrew Wilhite, and Brendan Comia load the bases as Comia walks against Ty Schoaf, and that brings up Tom Joseph. The night before pitching coach Spencer Lightfoot comes out to the mound for this Battle Creek team. Rockford leads 2-0, a 2-run home run by Jake Vanderwall. Bases are still loaded now for Tom Jostin, who has not seen plenty of action this season, or at least as of late. Jostin 0 for 2 in the Wisconsin Rapids series, played just 1 game, didn't play against Kokomo at all. So he hasn't played since his team's last road trip more than a week ago. Of course, both teams off the All-Star break. Rockford sending 2 representatives. Jimmy Burnett and Brad Littleton both pitched in the All-Star game, and Josh Sears, the only one for Battle Creek to go to the All-Star game. He's got the day off because of the 3 days he had to spend in Waterloo, Iowa. So he gets the day of rest today. So Tom Jostin to face Ty Shope. It's lefty on lefty. Shope, the seventh man to come to the plate. Wearing number 9 in gray. 211 average, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. He's hit in 3 of his last 4 despite not having played in more than a week. Got ducks on the pond for him. This big at bat, Rockford looking to break it open here, leading 2-0 in the first inning. So from the stretch, Ty Shope, the lefty, has the sign and sets letter high. First pitch to Tom Jostin. Fastball is grounded, chopped over the first base bag. That ball's fair over the glove of the first baseman Malcolm. That's through to right field. Higgins scores. That also brings home Will Height. On to third base goes Brendan Comia, and Jostin takes second base. A base hit for Jostin, a high chop just inside the foul line on first base. Hopped over John Malcolm's head as the ball went from grass to dirt and leaked into right field, and 2 runs score off of that. And Rockford takes a 4-0 lead in the first inning. So Tom Jostin's first at-bat in more than a week, and he gets 2 bags. Second and third now, and still 1 away. 4 runs on 4 hits for Rockford here in the first inning. And that brings up Mason Minzy, switch-hitting catcher batting righty. The second righty that Ty Shope faces today. First pitch to him. Curveball right down the middle for a strike. So Tom Jostin with 2 RBIs. Jake Vanderwall with 2 RBIs. Off the home run. Jostin off the wild play. Gets a double on a ball that touched the infield quite a few times. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Minzy. Curveball is down the middle again for a strike, 0-2. Minzy batting 158, the switch-hitting catcher from Texas Tech, batting 158 with 5 RBIs and 6 runs scored. 1 for 8 in the Kokomo series. Played all 3 games. 1 for 8 with a double as his only hit. His only double of the season in 20 games. Time called by Minzy before an 0-2 count. Comia on third, Jostin on second base. 4-0 Rockford top of the first and 1 man out. We've gotten 4 runs on 4 hits in the opening frame. Before Zach Jones even touches the mound for Rockford, their starter. 0-2 the count to Minzy. Shope set letter high, and the lefty deals the pitch. Swinging a ball hit to right center field toward the gap. Over comes the center fielder Thurman. He can't run it down. It's through the gap for a extra base hit. Colby Johnson cuts it off in right field. Throw comes to second base. Throw home is not in time, and 2-run score. Minzy on at first with a 2 RBI single. Brendan Comia and Tom Jostin both come home on a ball hit deep to right center field. That ball was 1 hop from the warning track, and Rockford makes it 6 runs in the first inning. 2 RBIs for Mason Minzy on a single. He's up to 7 RBIs this season. And Rockford with a 6-run first inning, their highest scoring first inning of their season. They scored 5 against Madison about a week and a half ago with the Duck Pond. And now Johnny Butler comes up in the 9 spot, 1 away in the first inning, and Minzy on first base. First pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. So Shope's ERA was at 5.71 coming in. Against Rockford had allowed just 3 earned runs in 12 2/3 innings entering today in 2 starts. 1-0 pitch is in for a strike on the inside half to Butler, 1 ball, 1 strike. So 3 earned runs in his first 2 starts versus Rockford. How about 6 earned runs and only 1 out recorded in the first inning for Shope? 1-1 pitch to Butler is a slider outside, 2 balls and a strike. Butler, the batting average leader for Rockford, batting .361, 13 for 36 on the year in just 11 games, more than 1 hit per game. 2-1 pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner, 3-1. 1 RBI for Butler in his first 11 games. He's hit in 7 of his last 8. Had a 7-game hitting streak snap last time out on Sunday against Kokomo. 3-1 pitch. Fastball is outside for ball 4, and Rockford will bat around here in the first inning as Butler reaches on a 5-pitch walk. So Rockford with 6 runs on 5 hits. And they've got 2 on board for Josh Dutton to open the second time through the order. Just 1 away here in the first off of the lefty Ty Shope, junior from Notre Dame College, native of Akron, Ohio. His 6 earned runs is the most he's allowed in any start this season, and it's just the first inning. He's thrown 28 pitches. Here's Josh Dutton and the first pitch. Here's a curveball inside, nearly hit him again, 1 ball, no strikes. Dutton was hit by a pitch to open the ball game. Then the floodgates opened. He was retired on a fielder's choice from Blake Burrows going to second base for the only Rockford out of the inning. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is just off the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Rockford leads the ball game 6-0, top of the first inning. Their highest scoring first frame of the season, home or road. 2-0 pitch to Dutton. Fastball is nearly in the dirt to the outside, 3-0. Still 1 man out. Johnny Butler on first base. Mason Minzy over at second. Blake Burrows on deck. 3-0 pitch to Dutton is right down the inner half for a strike. Rather, outer half for a strike. 3-1. That pitch at the belt. 30 pitches now on Ty Shoaf. If you get to 35, you cannot begin a new inning in the Northwoods League. Battle Creek is no one warming in their pen. 3-1 pitch on the way to Josh Dutton. Up and inside for ball 4, and that walks the bases loaded as Dutton reaches on a base on balls. So the line keeps on moving. Everyone who's reached the home plate for Rockford has gotten on base in some way or another. Dutton walks on 5 pitches and brings up Blake Burrows, who has the only out of today's game. A fielder's choice to retire Dutton 3-6. 11th man up in the inning for Rockford. And the bases are loaded in a 6-0 Rivet lead, top of the first and 1 away. Lefty on lefty, the speedy Blake Burrows, who stole a base after he got on last time. He's up to 20 this season. Ducks on the pond, and the first pitch to Blake Burrows is up and away for ball 1. Defense for Battle Creek, Josh Sheck at third base, Kelby Weiler at short, Caleb Ballgard at second base, and John Malcolm at first. Trace Peterson in left, Roy Thurman in center, and Colby Johnson in right. Jorge Gutierrez does the catching. 1-0 pitch. Burrows swings and fouls one off himself. It rolls up the third base line with a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's 35 pitches for Ty Shoaf. So this will be mercifully his last inning of work, as Battle Creek now has someone warming up in their pen. Looks like it'll be an 8-inning bullpen appearance for a Battle Creek team that just had to throw a couple of position players their last time out on Sunday in a 10-0 loss against Traverse City. We've seen them throw position players quite a lot, and we'll see what happens here today. 1 ball, 1 strike to Blake Burrows, lefty on lefty. Bases loaded for him. Rockford leads 6-0. Here's the pitch. Up and inside on a changeup, 2 balls and a strike. Rockford just watching pitches here. Jake Vanderwall waiting on deck. He had the 2-run home run down the right field line for Rockford. Ball that just stayed fair. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball is above the letters to Burrows, 3-1. Of course, if he takes ball 4, a run comes home to make it 7-0. Dutton at first, Butler at second, Mincy at third, 1 away. Rockford leads at 6-0 in the first inning. 3-1 pitch, swinging a foul ball shot down the left field line, and it hits the top of the stadium. Bounces back along the bleachers. 3-2 the count. Smattering of fans here on a Thursday night in Battle Creek, Michigan at C.O. Brown Stadium. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Burrows. Bases are loaded for him. Shoaf a long stare down as the ball leaks toward the on-deck circle and past the on-deck circle, and Jake Vanderwall runs out to play at the on-deck man and tosses one to the Battle Creek, towards the Battle Creek dugout, but taken by the umpire instead at home plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Burrows. Burrows has his sign, as does Shoaf. 3-2 pitch. Curveball is outside for ball 4. A call that Shoaf certainly wanted him on and off the outside corner. But a bases loaded walk for Burrows brings home a run as Mincy comes around to score, and Rockford makes it 7-0. Everyone moves up a bag, and Burrows gets RBI number 5 this season, a bases loaded walk on a full count to bring up Jake Vanderwall, who had a 2-run home run his first time up, his 5th long ball of the season. He's 1 for 1. Rockford leads at 7-0. Lefty on lefty. Here's Shoaf's first pitch. Fastball is outside for ball 1. Was at the belt, but just away from the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. 7 runs, the most Rockford scored in the first inning this season. Most they've scored in a frame at any time is 8. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Vanderwall. Fastball's up and inside for ball 2. Rockford 5-8 in the second half of the season. They've won 2 in a row. Won a series against Kokomo on a 3-game set. They won the last 2 games after dropping the first. Battle Creek at 4-9 off a series sweep against Traverse City. 2-0 pitch is a foul tip to the backstop. Bombers lost both games against the Spitters here, 5-3 and 10-0. Rockford lost game 1 against Kokomo, 3-0, but won 6-1 and 4-3 to close out the 3-game set. First of 2 here at C.O. Brown. 2-1 on Vanderwall. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Curveball is inside for a strike. 2-2. Count even on Vanderwall. Matt Higgins waits on deck. Vanderwall with 5 home runs, 24 RBIs, leads the Rockford team. Second most in strikeouts, too, with 47. 2-2 on him. Here's the pitch from Schoaf. Swinging a bleeder over the right side. That's down for a base hit between first and third. 1 run scores. Around third base goes Dutton. The throw doesn't even come home. It's cut off at first base, and Rockford gets 2 more runs home. Butler and Dutton both come home to score. A flare off a chip bat by Jake Vanderwall falls between first and right field, and he brings home 2 more runs, and Burrows comes to second base. And that's going to be all for Ty Schoaf on the mound. A 2 RBI single for Vanderwall. Give him 4 RBIs on the day. And Rockford leads 9-0 as Ty Schoaf comes out of the game with 9 earned runs against him and 2 more on base with just 1 out recorded in the ball game. We'll identify the new pitcher. Looks like Nick Klieg wearing number 5 in white. Coming up after this, a 9-0 Rockford lead in the first.
Now
9-0 Rockford lead. Top of the first inning with just 1 out. Rockford's got 12 guys to come up to bat against Ty Schoaf. They pulled him after 44 pitches and 9 runs against his credit, all earned, and 2 more on base. It's first and second with 1 away for Matt Higgins against the left-hander Nick Klee, the junior from Northampton Community College, standing at 5'7", lefty on lefty. First pitch to Higgins. And a fastball is at the belt, but inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cleve, appearing for the second time this season, pitched 2 innings back on Sunday. Allowed 3 unearned runs on 4 hits and struck out 2, so an ERA of 0. 1-0 on Higgins, the pitch. And a fastball is fouled back over the stadium behind us. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockford with 9 runs on 6 hits. This is the 13th man to bat here in the first inning. Josh Dutton led off by being hit by a pitch, was erased on a Burrows fielder's choice. A Vanderwall 2-run home run. That was a string of 3 straight hits. and overall an even longer string of men to reach base. 1-1 pitch to Higgins. Swing and a miss at a slider in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Rockford has had everyone to come to bat reach base in some form or another. Vanderwall's got 4 RBIs, Joseph's got 2, Minzy's got 2, and Burrows has 1. Burrows on second base, Vanderwall at first, who just had a 2 RBI flare to right. 1 and 2 on Higgins with 1 out. At the belt, sets Klee in the pitch. Slider is chopped past the first base line and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rockford wearing their road dark grays with gold numerals and lettering. Rockford across the front. And Battle Creek wearing the home white tops with bombers across the front in black lettering and black numerals on the back, with black pants with red trim and red hats. So white on top and black on the bottom for Battle Creek. All gray for Rockford. 1-2 on Higgins. Klee sets with first and second and fires the pitch. Up and away with the fastball from Klee. 2-2. Native of Reading, Pennsylvania is Klee. Attends Northampton and Bethlehem, PA. An East Coast guy here in Battle Creek. 5'7", 155. Lefty on the mound facing Higgins. Singled and scored a run back in the first. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball right field, tailing foul and well foul past the bullpen to right. On a deep fly ball pulled down the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rockford has had 9 runs scored by 9 different players. Everyone in the lineup has gotten on base and scored a run. 4 different players have RBIs. 3 have multiple RBIs. And Jake Vanderwall's got 4 on the day for Rockford in a first inning to be remembered. The highest scoring inning of any type for Rockford in any location in a game. 9 runs. 2-2 on Higgins, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Outside with a fastball, 3-2. Andrew Wilhite waits on deck for Rockford. He singled and scored a run back in the first. A common theme for Rockford. Rockford with 4 singles, a double, and a home run. They walked 4 times. Ty Shope's line still not complete as Nick Klee comes in. 3-2 on Higgins. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a pop-up past third base and foul ground. Third baseman Schick makes the catch over his left shoulder. And that retires Higgins for the second out. A pop-hop to foul ground, and Higgins is down. The first Rockford player not to reach base today is Matt Higgins, the 13th one to come to the plate. Brings up Andrew Wilhite, the freshman from Minnesota. Wilhite singled and scored a run. It was an infield single to third base that the third baseman Josh Scheck knocked down in front of him. Couldn't get a throw off, though, cleanly, and it was well late to Wilhite. Wilhite's riding a 7-game hitting streak now as he extends it today, batting more than .350 over that span. Been on base in 9 in a row. He's really woken up at home as well. He's got a 3-game road hitting streak. That's now 4 with this game today. First pitch, a slider, is over the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Wilhite batting on the season, .264 with a home run and 14 RBIs. Had a home run in Wisconsin Rapids. Had an incredible series against Kokomo. Batted 5 for 10 with 2 doubles. First and second, 2 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider is hit to center field, medium distance. Over comes Thurman towards right center. He makes the catch, and that retires the side for Rockford. 9 runs on 6 hits, no errors, 2 left. Rockford's highest scoring inning in any ball game at any time. They lead 9-0 after half an inning in Battle Creek, Michigan. Bottom half of the first inning, Rockford has a 9-0 cushion for their starting pitcher, Zach Jones, the junior from Rockford University. We'll have his numbers in a moment, as well as the starting lineups for Battle Creek. Kelby Weiler is into the batter's box. He leads off against Zach Jones. It's righty on righty here. Weiler, the shortstop from Lamar University, Village Mills, Texas native. One of a predominantly right-handed heavy lineup. First pitch from Jones from the windup is on the way. Fastball is sent to center field. Right there, Blake Burrows. A few steps to his left. He ganders over to make the catch for the first out. Caleb Ballgard bats now for Battle Creek. Then John Malcolm at first base, batting lefty, the only true left-hander in the lineup. Trace Peterson in left field cleans up. Jack Merrifield, the DH, bats fifth. Josh Scheck at third base, a switch hitter, bats sixth. Kobe Johnson, a right fielder, bats seventh. Jorge Gutierrez, the catcher, a switch hitter, bats eighth. And Roy Thurman rounds it out, batting ninth and playing center field. Numbers on Jones in a moment. As Caleb Ballgard steps in to face Jones for the first time. Ballgard playing his first game against Rockford, seventh game on the year. Fouls off a first pitch fastball to the right side. No balls and a strike. Ballgard batting .348. He's 8 for 23 to begin his season. Made his debut on July 3rd. His first game he's played since last Thursday against Kokomo. Missed the last 3 games before the All-Star break. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Jones. And it's over the inside corner for a strike, 0-2. Jones on the season, an ERA of 4.15 and a record of 2 wins and no losses for Jones. 8th start of the season for him. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ballgard. And hit him. Well, that one may have got him in a rough spot near the ribs on his left side. A fastball inside from Jones, and it plunked Ballgard. So he reaches base and takes a bruise with it. And John Malcolm comes up now. Zach Jones last started against Madison. Back on July the 10th, 8 days ago with the Duck Pond, allowed 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Took a no decision in that game. Rockford losing that one, though, 5-2. 4 runs on 9 innings. Here's the first pitch to John Malcolm, and time was called before that as a shin guard's being delivered here to the man on first base, Caleb Ballgard. Ballgard's got 3 stolen bases in 4 tries this season. John Malcolm at the plate, 2 home runs, 22 RBIs, leads the team in RBIs, as well as base hits and at-bats. Batting .279 with 46 hits in 44 games. Now Jones, the first pitch. Fastball in on the hands and fouled away to the screen left side, 0-1. So Jones, in his last 3 starts, has allowed 12 earned runs over the course of 13 2/3 innings. Not an ideal last 3 starts for him. He began the season through his first 4 starts with an ERA of 1.71, taking a no decision his last 5 appearances after winning his first 2. Throw back to first base on a long lead from Ballgard, but he slides in head first safely. Malcolm is just 1 for 12 over his last 4 games. But batted 4 for 12 with 4 RBIs against Rockford in the last series at Rivet Stadium. 3-game set. Here's the 0-1 from Jones. Fastball is fouled away, left field line, and out of play. 0-2. Yeah, Jones trying to get his mojo back. Of course, 12 earned runs in 13 2/3, an ERA of almost 9. Of course, over that time, he's also allowed 18 hits. Struck out 11 and walked 6. 0-2 on Malcolm, and a throwback to first base. A sidearm throw, not in time, as Josen applies the tag. John Malcolm, a stolen base threat as well. He's got 10 stolen bags this season, the freshman from Vanderbilt. He's walked at 5 of his last 6 as well. But behind in the count 0-2 on Jones. From the stretch, the righty deals the pitch. Fouled away to the screen again, left side, 0-2 again. Rockford with 9 runs on 6 hits in the first inning. Battle Creek with 1 on and 1 out. Caleb Ballgard at first base. Rockford's middle infield looks to turn 2. Comia at short and Dutton at second base today here in game 1 of the series. 0-2 on Malcolm. Jones the set and the pitch. Inside, and that may have hit Malcolm as well, and did it hit him? It did. They were appealing a swing on the play. That ball did nick Malcolm inside near the belt. He did not swing. That was the appeal down from the home plate umpire to second base. So back-to-back hit batsmen off of Zach Jones bring up Trace Peterson. with first and second and one man away. Malcolm and Ballgard both threats to steal on the base pass. Peterson batting .250 through 7 games. He's 6 for 24 with 3 RBIs. Sophomore from Lake Erie College. 2 on, 1 out. Righty on righty, first pitch from Jones. Swinging a ball hit to right field. Over comes Vanderwall. He makes the catch over his left shoulder on a line drive out. Jake Vanderwall with heads-up awareness, able to get over in plenty of time to get Peterson. And there's the second out of the inning, and it strands both runners at second base. They can't move. First and second and 2 out for Jack Merrifield. Merrifield batting .247. An almost everyday guy for Mike Rupenthal, the manager in the Battle Creek Bombers. Freshman from LSU Eunice out of the JUCO ranks. A home run and 14 RBIs to his credit. First pitch from Jones. Well outside with a slider, 1 ball, no strikes. Zach Jones with 2 hit bats in here in this first inning. He's got Malcolm on first and Ballgard at second base. The DH Jack Merrifield up with 2 on and 2 out. Rockford leads 9-0. Bottom of the first inning. Jones leans in. 1-0 the count, righty on righty. Jones from the stretch has the sign, sets, letter high. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball to the right, out of play, 1-1. Josh Check on deck, the third baseman. 2 on, 2 out for Battle Creek. Rockford leading this game by 9-0. The score here in the bottom half of the first inning. 1-1 the pitch. The slider gets away from the catcher, Minzy. On to third base goes Ballgard, and Malcolm goes to second. A wild pitch is the call on Jones. So both runners move up to put 2 in scoring position and a 2-1 count on Jack Merrifield, who's got 14 RBIs today on the season for the Bombers coming into today. On a 4-game hitting streak is Merrifield. He's batting .429 over his last 4 games. He's 6 for 14. Has a 4-hit game against Rockford this season as well. Had 4 hits versus the Rivets back on June 14th, a game that the Bombers won in comeback fashion. That was a 7-1 game in the 9th inning. Battle Creek won in 11 innings, 8-7. So the Bombers have come back at C.O. Brown against Rockford before. 9-0 Rivets here in the first inning. Jack Merrifield at the plate with 2 in scoring position and 2 out, and a 2-1 count on the designated hitter for Battle Creek from Zach Jones. Jones, the Rockford native, looking to win his 3rd game of the season. He's 2-0, but has not won a game in his last 5 starts, not since June 6th. Both wins have come against Traverse City, if you can believe it. Those same Pittsburghers who have the best record in the Northwoods League. He's beat them twice. 2-1 the count to Merrifield with 2 out, second and third for Battle Creek. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider away. 2-2 the count with 2 down. And Josh Sheck waits on deck. This game got underway at 7:11, 39 minutes ago. We're still in the first inning. 2-2 the count to Merrifield. Jones from the stretch. Let's go, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, another slider away, and that retires Merrifield. A conversation between Jones and Minzy worked before a 2-1, 2 straight sliders away, and Rockford gets out of it. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left. After 1 inning complete, our score is 9-0 Rockford. At long last, the top of the second inning, our score is 9-0 Rockford over Battle Creek. A top of the first that took about maybe half an hour or so. The entire first inning took 39 minutes in total from 7:11 to 7:50 Eastern Time. A 39-minute first inning in total. Rockford sent a total of 14 men to the plate in the first inning. They scored 9 runs on 6 hits. Brendan Comia leads off the second, and the first pitch on the way is a curveball in the outside corner. Strike call from Nick Klee, the left-handed pitcher. In relief of Ty Schoaf, who got just 1 out, allowed 9 earned runs. His full line in just a moment. 0-1 on Comia, who had a walk back in the first and scored a run. Every Rockford player has touched home plate today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's in there for a strike on a changeup inside corner, 0-2. Comia batting .206. He's been on base in 26 out of his 30 games he's played, including today. 0-2 pitch. And a changeup off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All off speed from Nick Klee, the 5'7" lefty from Northampton Community College in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, native of Reading, PA. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Comia. Fastball swing and a miss. Comia can't catch up. He's down on strikes. The first strikeout for Bombers pitching staff today. And there's 2 down, or rather 1 down in the second. 3 straight Rivets have gone down here. Nick Klee has pitched 3 straight outs after Ty Schoaf faced 12 men and got just 1 out. Jake Vanderwall with 4 RBIs in the first, a home run and a single. Each scored 2 runs. Tom Jostin with 2 RBIs, Mason Minzy with 2. First pitch to Tom Jostin here is upstairs, ball 1. Blake Burrows with an RBI and a bases loaded walk. Ty Schoaf allowed 9 runs on 6 hits, all earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. Hit 1 man and walked 4 others. 1-0 pitch on the way to Jostin. Curveball down the middle, strike 1. 44 pitches, just 20 strikes for Ty Schoaf in the top of the first inning. In line for the loss. His ERA has gone well up from 5.71. Pitch inside to Jostin, hit him on the rear end just about, the right side of the rear end. And Jostin goes on to first base with 1 out in the second inning. The second hit batsman for Rockford in the game. The other one being Josh Dutton to lead off the action here. Brings up Mason Minzy, the catcher. Minzy with a 2 RBI single back in the first inning. One of 3 men with multiple runs batted in today. He, Jostin, and Vanderwall. Minzy's 1 for 1. Switch hitting catcher batting righty. First pitch. Up and away with a breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Look at the out-of-town scores across the Northwoods League. Traverse City in Wisconsin, no score over in Wausau. Kalamazoo and Kokomo with a 1-1 score in the third in Indiana. 1-0 pitch on the way to Minzy, and he watches ball 2 low. 2 balls, no strikes. Kenosha and Wisconsin Rapids set to get underway in about 10 minutes over in Wisconsin Rapids with Wisconsin. Rockford certainly hoping for a Kalamazoo loss today at Kokomo. We'll give you the standings in a moment. 2-0 the count now on Minzy. Here's the pitch. Fastball is lined to right field, tailing toward the line. Coming over is the right fielder Johnson. That's down for a base hit. That brings around Jostin to third base. Minzy on at first. He's got 2 singles today. And Rockford's got runners on the corners. And 1 away for Johnny Butler. Butler walked and scored a run back in the first inning, although the scored a run part is redundant. Every Rockford player has scored a run in today's game. Nobody more than 1. Butler, the DH of North Carolina State, first and third with 1 away for him. Lefty on lefty as Nick Klee steps on the rubber from the first base side. And now comes set quickly from the belt. And the first pitch to Butler. Fastballs down the middle for a strike. So Traverse City at 10-2 in the second half. They've already clinched a playoff spot, so they don't need to play for anything here. They're just looking to clinch the best overall record in the league. They have it right now. They won 3 straight. They're at the Woodchucks today. 0-1 the count to Butler, the pitch. And it's outside on a slider, 1-1. They're at Wisconsin, a team that they split with up in Pittsburgh's Park and nearly were swept by in Pittsburgh's Park. Wisconsin, a team that swept Kalamazoo at the Zoo as well to close out the first half. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Butler. Fastball is sent to foul ground beyond third base. Josh Sheck makes the catch and drops the ball. An E5 on Josh Sheck in foul ground where the grass met the dirt. He had two hands on that ball. He trapped it, but the ball squirted out of his glove after he snow-coned it. An E5, and everyone stays where they are. A 1-2 count now on Johnny Butler. That's the first error of the game for either team. An error on Josh Sheck, the third baseman. His first error of the season. 1-2 the count to Butler, lefty on lefty. First and third and one out. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Klee. Curveball is popped up on the infield, over the mound, and Sheck makes the catch this time from third base, right near the pitcher's mound, just off to our left. And that retires Butler on the infield for the second out of the inning. And the runners are still on the corners for the leadoff man, Josh Dutton, up for the third time today in just 2 innings. Dutton was hit by a pitch in the first and walked in the first and scored a run on his second time on the base pass. So he's been up twice and been on base twice, but he's 0 for 0. Junior from Creighton, here's the first pitch. And a fastball's on the outside corner. Strike one. So Rockford hoping that Kalamazoo, who's at 9-5, 2 games back of Traverse City, loses to Kokomo, ideally in both games here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball away, 1-1. Because Kokomo's at 5-8, tied with Rockford, but that doesn't matter because if Rockford wins both games here, it doesn't matter what Kokomo does. Rockford cannot be jumped by them. So Kalamazoo, if they lose twice to Kokomo, would go to 9-7, and Rockford and Kokomo both at 7-8. That's ideal for Rockford going back home. 1-1 pitch. Slider away, 2-1. Because Rockford plays 2 against Traverse City, then 2 against those Growlers at Rivets Stadium. Rockford was just swept by the Growlers in Loves Park not long ago. But Kalamazoo's cooled down since then. Growlers have lost 2 in a row. They were swept by the Woodchucks to close the first half of the season, or at least into the All-Star break, the unofficial first half. 2-1 pitch. And Dutton watches strike 2 on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out here, runners on the corners. Top of the second. Rockford leads at 9-0. 9 runs in the first inning. Have yet to score here in the second. On third, it's Jostin. Minzy at first, 2 out. 2-2 to Dutton. Lee with the pitch on 2-2. Swinging a foul ball and a changeup. Just got a piece and sent one to the backstop. Directly behind home plate. Rockford looking to gain some ground on Kalamazoo here and hope the Growlers get cold because if Traverse City wins the second half, the second place team in the second half would earn the playoff spot, and that would be the Rockford Rivets. We'll look at the tiebreakers in just a moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dutton. Klee sets belt high, and here's the pitch. Upstairs on a fastball for ball 3. Northwoods League's playoff format new for this season. A series of 3 games in the first round, but everything else is 1 game compared to last season where everything was 1 game aside from the finals, which was 3 games. Runner takes off on a 3-2 and the pitch is fouled away. Minzy off towards second base on a full count with 2 down. So the 2 representatives from each subdivision, the Great Lakes East and West and the Great Plains East and West, play each other in the best 2 out of 3. They move on for a 1-game divisional title, Great Plains and Great Lakes, then a 1-game Summer Collegiate World Series to decide it all. 3-2 the count to Dutton. Minzy takes off. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 4, and Dutton walks, so he's been on base 3 times and is 0 for 0. 2 walks and a hit batsman. He's on board now, and Blake Burrows will come up with the bases loaded. Second time the Burrows has come up with ducks on the pond. Drew a bases loaded walk on a payoff pitch his last time up. Burrows 0 for 1 today with a fielder's choice, a run scored, and an RBI walk. Lefty on lefty, infield comes in the corners. At least the third baseman, Josh Sheck, does near the grass. Bases loaded, 2 out. First pitch to Blake Burrows. Swing and a miss at a fastball inside. Swung over a fastball. Just hacked at it. Would have sent the ball on the ground had he contacted the baseball. He swung with a downwards angle. No ball, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Clee to Burrows. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Trying a back pick was the catcher Gutierrez, with Malcolm not covering first base. Joseph on third, Minzy at second, Dutton on first base. 0-2 the count to Blake Burrows, the lefty from Kansas State, with the bases loaded. Rockford leads 9-0. They've got 3 on, top of the second against Nick Clee. Just 1 hit in this inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Burrows. Fastball's up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Okay, so in the second half, Rockford hopes that Traverse City wins the second half because it reverts to the highest overall percentage, not just in the second half. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch to Burrows. Curveball looped to right field, down for a base hit for Burrows. That one scores Joseph. Around third base comes Minzy. He's in to score as well. 2 runs come home for Rockford on a 2 RBI single by Blake Burrows. And our score is 11-0 here in the second inning. Burrows now with 3 RBIs today, and Rockford with an 11-0 second inning lead. A ball that just looped between first and second base, had enough juice on it to get to the outfield. Blake Burrows drives in 2, a guy who came in with just 4 RBIs, has 3 today. Runners move now to first and third as 2 come home. They're on the corners now for Vanderwall. Vanderwall's got 2 hits and 4 RBIs today, including a home run. First pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. So it goes for the overall record for the second place team. If Traverse City were to clinch the second half advantage as well, second half of the season at first place. 1-0 pitch on the way to Vanderwall. In the dirt with a fastball blocked by Gutierrez, 2-0. So the highest overall winning percentage would make it the second highest overall, aside from Traverse City. So we take a look at the standings here, and Rockford is really close because they finished 20-15 in the first half of the season. 2 balls, no strikes to Vanderwall. Here's a pitch from Clee. Fastball is low and away for a strike call, 2-1. So Rockford is just 1 game out against, Kalamazoo's 25-21, 7 games behind Traverse City for the overall lead. And Rockford's 25-23, so they've had 2 games more played, but they're down by just 1 game. 2-1 pitch on the way to Vanderwall. Fastball is fouled the opposite way and out of play to the bleachers. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 11-0 Rockford, top of the second. Runners on the corners. Dutton at third. Burrows at first base for Vanderwall, who's 2 for 2 with a home run and 4 RBIs today. 2 RBI home run, 2 RBI single last time. Matt Higgins waits on deck. Lefty on lefty. Nick Clee with 2 runs allowed here in the second inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Vanderwall. Clee comes set. And the pitch. Fastball's outside, 3-2. Rockford, despite being 5.5 games back of the second half division lead, they got their eyes set on the overall second place berth. So Rockford is just 1 game out of a potential playoff berth. Of course, it'll come down to tiebreakers. They end up tied with Kalamazoo, and they've got 2 big games against the Growlers coming up in a few days. 3-2 on Vanderwall. Here's the pitch from Clee. Outside ball 4, ball skips away from Gutierrez. Everyone stays put, and Burrows advances to second base on the walk. So Vanderwall has been on base 3 times today. He draws a walk to load the bases for Matt Higgins. So Dutton, Burrows, and Vanderwall have been on base 3 times today in just 2 innings. They're on every base now for Higgins, who is 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored. Popped to the third base side and foul ground to begin Nick Clee's appearance in the first inning. Higgins batting .276, coming in with 21 RBIs. First pitch. Fastball's low and away in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Gutierrez. 1 ball and no strikes. Rockford's in the thick of this thing, really. I mean, a second half victory would certainly be sweet for them, being division champions, but it's all the same because Traverse City would likely have the best overall record anyway. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Higgins. Fastball outside corner strike, 1-1. So Traverse City would get the home field advantage anyway for the best of 3 series. So Rockford's really trying to win as many games as they can and leapfrog Kalamazoo. They've got 1 game to make up. 1-1 pitch to Higgins. On the way. Swinging a old bat comes flying to the first base side, wide of the dugout on the first base side. Battle Creek's home dugout. 1-2 as Higgins actually fouled off the pitch. Count 1-2. Wilhite comes on deck now. They're on every base. Dutton at third, Burrows at second, Vanderwall at first. 2 runs home in this inning. Rockford on top of Battle Creek, 11-0. Here in the second frame. In this top of the second. We played 57 minutes of baseball so far. We're not even through 1 1/2 innings. And a 1-2 count to Higgins. Sweeps some dirt on his batting gloves and rubs his hands together. Gets his new bat all set. 1-2 to Higgins, lefty on lefty. Infielders play straight up with the bases loaded and 2 out. Here's the pitch from Nick Klee. Inside, that one grazes Higgins, and that scores a run. That hit Higgins on the belt on his right side, and that one scores Josh Dutton from third base. And Rockford opens up a 12-0 lead here in the second inning. And the bases remain loaded for Andrew Wilhite. The train keeps on moving for Rockford. Higgins with an RBI. He's got 22 this season. And that brings up Wilhite, but not before Spencer Lightfoot comes out to take the ball from Nick Klee. And he comes off the mound. We'll see who comes in for Battle Creek. Looks like Ping Chun Ho, number 22 in white. The third pitcher for the Bombers. We're in the second inning of play. Our score, Rockford 12, and the Bombers no score.
And batting for the Rivets.
12-0 our score. Rockford over Battle Creek. Top of the second inning. Rockford now facing Ping Chun Ho, the new pitcher, the third pitcher for Battle Creek today. Runners on every base for Andrew Wilhite, righty on lefty. The righty Ping Chun Ho, belt high set, and fires away the first pitch. Swinging a ball hit to second base over the bag, taken by Weiler, the shortstop. Flips to second base for the force out to Caleb Ballgard, and that retires the side. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Ping Chun Ho. He escapes a bases loaded jam. But Rockford puts across 3 runs home, and they lead it 12-0 after 1.5 innings. Bottom of the second inning, 12-0 Rockford. First pitch to Josh Sheck is a fastball outside from Jones, 1-0. Josh Sheck, the third baseman, freshman from UC Irvine, native of South Torrance, California, wearing number 29 in white. 1-0 pitch from Jones. Fastball is lined foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockford with 12 runs on 8 hits in the game, no errors. Battle Creek, no runs, no hits, and 1 error. Rockford with 9 runs in the first and 3 in the second inning. They lead at 12-0. 1-1 to Sheck. Righty on lefty. The righty, Zach Jones, winds and offers it away. And fastball's right down the gut for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sheck. This is his first at-bat with Battle Creek. Joined the team today, playing his first game along with Jorge Gutierrez behind the plate for the Mars. He's 2 batters away. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a ball well outside from the plate. And Sheck down on strikes in his first at-bat in the Northwoods League. 2 strikeouts now for Zach Jones, who has allowed no runs, no hits, just 2 hit batsmen in succession back in the first, stranded 2 men in that first frame. And all he's got to do, really, is go 5 innings to be in line for his 3rd win of the season and remain unbeaten on the year, the Rockford, Illinois native. Here's Colby Johnson, first pitch to the righty. He is in the dirt for ball 1, appeal down. He did not go. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson at 5'6", 155, the freshman from Central Arkansas, native of Pearland, Texas, batting .219 with 14 runs batted in, no home runs. Jones shakes off a sign and 2 signs, now has the 1-0 pitch on the way. And right down the middle from Jones for a strike. Jones throwing just 14 pitches in the first inning. Through 2 innings, Battle Creek's pitchers have thrown 89 pitches. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Johnson, puts it on the ground to second base. It rolls to Josh Dutton, throws across the first for the out. And that retires Johnson, and 2 men quickly away for Rockford, something they would certainly love. The first inning and a half went 1 hour and 1 minute, from 7-11 first pitch to 8-12 after the top half of this second inning. Jones has set down 4 in a row. Andrew Willhite at third base for Rockford, Brennan Comia at short, Josh Dutton plays second base, and Tom Chosen over at first. Matt Higgins in left, Blake Burrows in center, and Jake Vanderwall is in right field. Mason Minzy catching for Zach Jones, and Johnny Butler's the DH. There's the Rockford D. Here's Jorge Gutierrez, first pitch to him. Swing and a miss to the ball low and inside, nearly grazed the dirt from Zach Jones. No balls and a strike. Gutierrez, the junior catcher from Venezuela, attends Lamar University in Texas. Playing his first game. This is first at bat. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Chopped to Dutton. Moves to his left. Has it on the grass. Throws on to first. And there's a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Jones. He makes quick work of this Battle Creek lineup and uses up just 9 pitches to get through it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 2 complete innings, our score is 12-0 Rockford.
Come get yours today.
Brendan Comia leads off the top of the third against Ping Chun Ho. Here's the first pitch on the way. Swings and misses at a fastball, does Comia. No balls and one strike to count. Rockford leading 12-0 after 2 innings of play. We have gone more than 1 hour of baseball so far through 2 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Comia from Ho. Fastball grounded hard to second base. It one-hops ball guard and throws on to first in time. And Comia is retired to open up the third. Comia is now 0 for 2 on the day after an 0 for 9 series against Kokomo, so he's yet to wake up so far. Brings up Tom Jostin now in the third inning. Ping Chun Ho out there, the third pitcher for Battle Creek, replacing Nick Klee, who replaces Ty Schoaf. Klee allowing 3 runs after Schoaf allowed 9. Two of the 3 runs from Klee earned. Here's Jostin, left-handed batter. First pitch from Ping Chun Ho is rather outside for ball 1 off speed. Jostin has been on base twice. He's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored, a 2 RBI double back in the first, hit by a pitch in the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. The fastball is at the belt for a strike call to Jostin, 1-1. Comia, Jostin, and Minzy. Comia just grounded out to second base. Here's Jostin with the 1-1 count. Righty on lefty, and the righty Ho fires. Fastball again for a strike outer half, and Jostin rears his head back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 12 runs on 8 hits for Rockford and no errors. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for Battle Creek. 12-0 Rockford at C.O. Brown Stadium. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Tom Jostin on the way. Fastball is on the outside corner for strike 3 call. Jostin's rung up by the home plate umpire. And there's strikeout number 1 for Ping Chun Ho. He's come in and gotten 3 outs. A fielder's choice on his first pitch to Will Heights. A ground out to Comia, and now a looking K to Tom Jostin. So it's Ping Chun Ho who looks to settle things down. A guy who certainly had a rough outing last time he played Rockford this season at C.O. Brown Stadium. His numbers in a moment. First pitch now to Minzy with 2 out. It's grounded down to first base. Wait on those numbers. Malcolm backhands and flips onto Ho at first base. And there's a 1-2-3 inning. A 1-3 put out to Minzy. And no runs, no hits, no errors for Rockford after 2.5. It is 12-0 Rivets. Bottom of the third, 12-0 Rockford over Battle Creek. Rivets held scoreless in the third inning. They went down 1-2-3, as did Battle Creek in the bottom of the second against Zach Jones, who's retired 5 in a row, yet to allow a hit through 2 innings of work. Just 23 pitches for the Rockford University products. Facing Roy Thurman to open up the third inning for Battle Creek. Thurman, Weiler, and Ballgard 9-1-2. First pitch to Roy Thurman. Is a slider off the plate to the outside. Thurman holds back the swing after going a quarter of the way across. 1 ball and no strikes. Thurman, the sophomore from Akron University, batting .151 with 3 home runs to lead the team. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Thurman has 3 home runs this season. 2 have come against Rockford. Had one here in Battle Creek back on June 14th, the comeback win back in that 9th inning. And one up in Rockford on June 29th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Squares to bunt, but goes right through it and whiffs on the ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Thurman. And that was part of a 6-5 Rockford win back on June 29th. He had a 3-for-4 game and a solo home run back at Rivets Stadium. 1-2 the count to Thurman, the center fielder. Jones winds and fires. Up and away for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Righty on righty here to begin the third inning. 9-1-2 are all right-handers. Bombers looking for their first hit. Trailing 12-0 here in the third. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Zach Jones. Fastball is just gotten a piece of and sent back to the backstop. And we'll do with a 2-2 again. Zach Jones looking to go 5 innings to get himself the win. I'd imagine Rockford would probably throw out some position players, maybe Aaron Mann to pitch an inning if this game continues to be where it's at. 12-0 right now in the third. 2-2 pitch on the way from Jones. And just off the outside corner for ball 3 on a fastball from Jones, and I'm sure Jones wanted that call. 3-2. Kelby Weiler waits on deck. Full count now on Thurman. Jones has yet to walk anybody. He's hit 2 men, struck out 2, no hits. 3-2 pitch to Thurman. Inside, in there, strike 3 call, breaking ball, and Thurman just stopped where he was walking onto first base and was beside himself for a second there. Didn't really comprehend the fact that he had been struck out. He was in disbelief. The breaking pitch that was inside, maybe a bit off the plate from Zach Jones. We'll have to look at it again. 3 strikeouts for Jones, the first of the looking variety. He is retired 6 straight. Brings up Kelby Weiler with 1 away in the third. And the first pitch from Jones. Well off the plate for ball 1. Skips off the glove of Minzy and heads to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rockford looking to score the most runs they scored in any game this season. They've already gotten 12, and they're pretty darn close to that rank. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Weiler. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. We're looking at Rockford's schedule. They scored 13 in a game against Kalamazoo, I believe. It was 13-2. Have to check that. 1-1 is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Against Kenosha, it was 14-3. Against Kenosha, it was 14-3 back on June 11th. The first game those two teams played, part of a day-night doubleheader, home and road. They won 14-3. Did the Rockford Rivets over the Kenosha Kingfish. And starting that game for Rockford was Cooper Kane. 1-2 pitch. Outside on a fastball, 2-2 on Wilder, the shortstop, who flied to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Rockford had Kane go 4 innings, Nelson go 4 innings, then Tim Lilly pitch an inning, pitch the 9th. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Weiler. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. 4th strikeout for Zach Jones. 7 straight retired by the Rockford Regent, and there's 2 down here in the third for Battle Creek. So Rockford needs 2 more runs to match the most they've scored in a game this season. Rockford has just 1 shutout this season. Of course, there's plenty of baseball to go. Leading 12-0, bottom 3, nobody on and 2 out. And the batter is Caleb Ballgard, who was hit by a pitch by Zach Jones back in the first. Righty on righty. Jones already set as Ballgard now finally comes set. Here's the first pitch from Zach Jones. Fastball's outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Let's give the out-of-town scoreboard a look. Across the Northwoods League, plenty of games in action. Kalamazoo's up on Kokomo 7-2 in the 4th. Pitch taken for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. So Growlers lead the Rabbits 7-2 at Municipal Stadium in Kokomo. Not favorable for Rockford, trying to leapfrog the Growlers. 2-0 pitch from Jones. Swinging a foul back and the ball in on the hands to Ballgard, 2-1. Ballgard, the redshirt freshman from Iowa Western, the JUCO product from Fenton, Michigan. Batting 8 for 23 to begin his season, 348, the highest batting average so far, but he's only played 6 games. His first game played in a week. 2-1 the count to Ballgard. Righty on righty, pitch from Jones. Curveball's fouled away to the right, 2-2. All Rockford can do is win, and win the games they have against the Growlers. They've got 4 left against Kalamazoo. So as I said, Rockford, despite being 5.5 games back of the division lead in the second half of the season, based on a very good first half, can still clinch the second half. 2-2 pitch from Jones. Swinging a foul hit to third base. Wilhite charges in, a fair ball, throws across the diamond, and gets the out in time. Nice stretch by Tom Joseph. And out by a step is Ballgard. So Rockford, if they have the best overall record aside from Traverse City, and they're a game outside of that, behind Kalamazoo, through 72 games, they will clinch that second playoff spot in the Great Lakes East. All mathematics now are scored 12-0 after 3.5. Rockford to bat in the top of the 4th inning, leading 12-0 over Battle Creek here in Battle Creek, Michigan, C.O. Brown Stadium. Rockford has won 5 of the 8 games in the season series. This is the last series in Battle Creek this season. Johnny Butler leads off against Ping Chun Ho. First pitch on Butler. Fastball is below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Johnny Butler walked his first time up, then popped out to third base his second time, so he's 0 for 1 with a run scored and a walk today. Butler, Dudden, and Burrows here in the road 4th. 1-0 pitch to Butler. Strike called at the belt. Fastball, 1-1. So Ping Chun Ho's gone 1 1/3. He has pitched 4 up and 4 down through just 8 pitches through 1 1/3 innings. 1, 2, 3 third from Ho. 1-1 on Butler now. Swinging a ball hit foul. Hits the bleachers right in front of us. On a breaking pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnny Butler in the 9-hole, batting .351. Sophomore from NC State, native of Channahon, Illinois. Just 1 RBI this season in 11 games. Sends one towards center, and the ball is caught by Roy Thurman for the first out of the inning. And Butler remains hitless on the day. Not many people who can say that for Rockford. Only Dudden, Comia, and Butler can say they are hitless today, but Dudden is 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a hit, 0 for 0 with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Comia is 0 for 2, and Butler's 0 for 2. Speaking of Dudden, here he is. Top of the order the 4th time through with 1 away. Here's the first pitch to Dudden. Swinging a ball hit up the third baseline, rolling in fair ground, picked up by the pitcher, and Ho has no play. A swinging bunt and a base hit for Josh Dudden. About 40 feet up the third base line. They were waiting for that ball to roll foul, but it stayed on the grass the entire way, and Josh Dudden's got himself a swinging bunt single for his first hit of the game. So he goes up 4 times and reaches base 4 times. He's now 1 for 1 with that single. 2 walks and a hit batsman. He's also scored 2 runs. Then on base once again. And now Blake Burrows to come to the plate. Burrows is 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Had a 2-run single back in the second inning his last time up. 3 RBIs today. Just 4 RBIs coming in his first 33 games. Would you believe it? First pitch. Fastball's off the outside. Ball 1. This game got going at 7-11. It's now 8:35 Eastern Time. In for a long one here if this offense keeps up for Rockford. 12 runs on 9 hits. They lead 12-0 top of the fourth. 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 pitch to Blake Burrows. Studden on first base. He stays put. Swing and a miss by Burrows. The ball well outside. 1-1. Burrows followed by Jake Vanderwall, who's got 4 RBIs himself. So Burrows has 3 runs. Check that, 2 runs batted in. Vanderwall's got 4. Josten and Minzy both have 2 as well for Rockford. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Ho. Just off the outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Burrows, the freshman from Kansas State, been on base in 18 of his last 21 games. Stole a bag today as well. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Goes after a fastball. Strike 2. He comes up empty. Burrows has stolen a base in 6 of his last 8 games, including today. He's stolen 20 bags this season in 25 tries. Stole one his first time up, got on a fielder's choice, then walked with the bases loaded, then an RBI single back in the second inning. 2-2 to count to Burrows. The righty Ho against the lefty Blake Burrows. Here's the pitch. Check swing, ball's in there anyway. Strike 3 call, inside corner fastball from Ping Chun Ho. He has his second strikeout of the game. And Ho's looked pretty good, aside from the swinging bunt single by Dutton, which can't really be blamed entirely on Ping Chun Ho. He's gotten 5 men out in 6 batters. Brings up Jake Vanderwall, who's been on base 3 times today. He homered in the first, then singled in the first, then walked his last time up in the second. 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. How often do you have 4 RBIs in 1 inning in 2 at-bats? Up with 2 out and Dutton on first. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls, went off a grounder to the right side toward the Battle Creek dugout. Rockford's dugout on the third base side. Battle Creek's on the first base side. The opposite configuration as it is in Rockford, where the Rivets have the third base home dugout. No balls and a strike to Vanderwall. 5 home runs now for Jake. Homer down to right field in his first at-bat. Leads the Rockford team. Now up to 26 RBIs. Also leads Rockford. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball's outside from Ping Chun Ho. 1 ball, 1 strike. The numbers on Ho, ERA of 5.83, record of 2-2 on the season. Sophomore from Barry University in Miami. Native of Taiwan. 4th time he's gone against Rockford this season. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball, hit the left field. Peterson retreats backpedaling, but he has room to make the catch. And that retires Vanderwall on an opposite field fly ball. So Ping Chun Ho's gone 2 1/3 and allowed just 1 hit after 3.5. Our score 12-0 Rockford in Battle Creek. Bottom 4, Rockford 12, Battle Creek no score. John Malcolm leads off the 4th inning versus Zach Jones, who has done pretty well for himself. 3 innings And no hits allowed for the Rockford Regent. Out of Rockford, Illinois, attended Harlem High School. Here's the first pitch to Malcolm. Swinging and sends a fly ball to right field. Vanderwall steps 5 times to his right and makes the catch. And that retires Malcolm for the first out. 1 pitch and 1 fly out. So Zach Jones, you've heard his story by now. He pitched to a 1.68 ERA with Rockford University out of Division III. A team that won just 10 games, he was 5-1, so he won half of their games, had 85 strikeouts for Rockford, and was the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Pitcher of the Year in the NACC. The first ever Rockford Region to earn that honor. So a well-accomplished Division III guy, Zach Jones, now with the Rivets. First pitch now to Trace Peterson, swing and a miss, the ball low and away. Foul tip just a bit and held by Minzy for strike 1. Peterson lined to right field back in the first. He's 0 for 1. So Jones, a Rockford guy, again out of Harlem High School. So from the city of Rockford, put together a great season with the Rivets. 0-1 is fouled off to the right. 0-2 on Trace Peterson. Jones had an ERA of sub-2 through his first, I believe, 4 or 5 starts. Yeah, Jones threw 4 starts at an ERA of 1.71. Now up to 4.15 entering today. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball outside, and down goes Trace Peterson. The off-speed fools him, and Zach Jones up to 5 strikeouts. Still far from his season high of 9, but Zach Jones putting together a great bounce-back start here in Battle Creek. His last 3 starts, he's allowed 12 earned runs in 13 2/3 innings pitched, so an ERA of almost 9. Here he is with 3 2/3 of shutout and no-hit baseball for this point. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss by Jack Merrifield, the DH, for strike 1. Righty on righty, Merrifield struck out against Jones back in the first inning. Was the first strikeout victim for Jones. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit to right field shallow. Vanderwall comes on. He lets it fall in front of him for a base hit. And that's the first hit of the game for Battle Creek off of Jones. A single, a flare to right field by Merrifield. And so Jack Merrifield's got a 5-game hitting streak going. Over his last 5, he's batting 7 for 16. So a .438 batter in his last 5, including today, keeps his streak alive with a base hit to right. Brings up Josh Sheck. With Jones facing for his first hit in the game. He's allowed 2 men on base before this. Had 2 at-bats, been back in the first. So he's been from the stretch before. Here he is facing the lefty Josh Sheck. First pitch. It's a fastball that he's for a strike. Sheck, the lefty, switch hitter batting lefty, and Jones, the right-handed starter. With Merrifield on first base, he's still in 5 bags this season. Battle Creek Seals at a 79% rate, one of the best in the Northwoods League. Sling back to first, and they nearly got him. Merrifield took a step off of first base and slid back head first, got his right hand in there. Joseph applying a sweep tag very quickly. 0-1 the count to Sheck. 0 for 1 today, struck out back in the second. First game played of the season. Again, a throwback to first and not in time, just a step late. It's a sidearm pickoff move by an overhand reliever, or an overhand starter in Zach Jones to first base. The righty throwing back to first does so very quickly. The ball's in 1 strike on Sheck. Jones set letter high. Here's the pitch to the plate on 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul first base side. And the count 0-2. Battle Creek's got a man on first and Jack Merrifield. The first hit for Battle Creek today. They've got no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. Rockford 12 runs on 9 hits and no errors. 12-0 Rivets bottom half of the 4th at C.O. Brown Stadium. 0-2 the count to Sheck. Jones set and the righty fires the pitch. Outside for ball 1. We'll do it again. Colby Johnson waiting on deck. Freshman from Central Arkansas at 5'6", the fastest Battle Creek bomber. He stands in the circle. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sheck. Jones the pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Sheck. A breaking ball low and inside. And Sheck couldn't time it properly. 6 strikeouts for Zach Jones through 4. And after 4 innings of play, it's 12-0 Rockford at C.O. Brown Stadium.
Battle Creek Bombers number
Top of the 5th
25,
inning, a pitching
James
change for
Riley.
Battle Creek. James Riley comes into the game to face the
And
4,
batting
5,
for
6
the
men in the
team,
order. It's Matt
selected
Higgins,
number
Andrew
4
Wilhite, and Brendan Comey. Rockford a 12-0 lead. And James Riley comes on, number 25 in white, replaces Ping Chun Ho, who had a solid 2 1/3 innings of work. First pitch to Matt Higgins from Riley. Fastball that Higgins goes after. He fishes for it, comes up empty. Swing and a miss for strike one. So the numbers on Ping Chun Ho, 2 1/3 innings, faced just 8 batters, 1 off the minimum. 1 hit allowed, a single on the infield by Josh Dutton. 21 pitches, 16 strikes. 0-1 to Higgins is down the middle for a strike. 0-2 the count. Of course, 2 1/3 for Ping Chun Ho. Hasn't gone beyond 3 in any game this season. Riley appearing for the second time this year. 0 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Matt Higgins. Swinging a ball hit foul. Top of the bleachers, left side. Remains 0-2. Riley from Centerville, New York, and out in western New York, attends Rockland Community College over in Pelham. Has appeared 3 times this season, allowed 13 earned runs, has Riley, in 7 2/3 innings, so an ERA of 15.26. Here's the 0-2 to Higgins. Breaking ball is fouled away toward the backstop. Higgins with an RBI and a run scored today. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by pitch. Was hit by a pitch by Nick Klee with the bases loaded, and that got Nick Klee out of the game. The second pitcher for Battle Creek. Riley is the fourth. 0-2 now on Higgins. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 call, a fastball just above the knees, and Higgins knew it right away. First strikeout of the game for James Riley. And that's the 4th strikeout for the Bomber staff today. And Rockford's cooled down considerably since they scored 12 runs in their first 2 innings. No runs in the 3rd. No runs in the 4th, and still nothing so far here in the 5th. 1 away for Andrew Wilhite. Left-handed batter against the righty hurler James Riley. Last pitch against Traverse City and allowed 6 runs in 1 inning. Swing and a miss by Wilhite on the first pitch, 0-1. In fact, Riley's made 3 starts this season, and that was a 1-inning start against Traverse City. Allowed 6 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. That was a ball game that was 9-0 after 3 here in Battle Creek. 0-1 pitch to Wilhite on the way. And a breaking ball's down the middle for strike 2. Riley threw 46 pitches in that first inning. It was not a good scene at all. The ball's 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. Well, he went 1 inning plus, allowed just 1 run in the first, but in the second inning he couldn't get a single out. So hence the 5-run second inning. All the runs were charged to him before he came out of the game. Anyway, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Wilhite inside on the fastball, the belt for ball 2. Brendan Comey waits on deck. Wilhite on the game is 1 for 3. Singled and scored a run back in the first. Fielder's choices last time, up 6-4 to win the second inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Riley. Outside for ball 3. Riley, one of only 2 East Coast guys on the team, both on the pitching ranks, and we saw the other one, Nick Klee, out of Pennsylvania. Riley from Western New York. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip by Wilhite, rolls off to the right side, and the count remains full. Gutierrez gives his pitcher a new baseball. So 4 pitchers already for Battle Creek. None have in-position players. Of course, you got all your arms pretty much fresh after a 3-day All-Star break. So we'll see if it gets out of hand and Battle Creek throws out some position players. It did so against Traverse City in spades. Looking back at that game, at a 10-0 blowout against the Spitters. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way to Wilhite. Upstairs, ball 4, and Wilhite walks on a full count. 7-pitch walk for Andrew Wilhite. And that brings up Comey with a man on base with 1 out. So for Battle Creek, 6 pitchers played in the game, but 3 of them were actually pitchers. Gabe Sotras, the catcher, Michael Lee, and then Trace Peterson. So 3 position players combined for 4 innings, allowed just 1 earned run in blowout situation, though. First pitch on the way to Comey is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Gutierrez. Keeps it in front of himself. Nice block to prevent An advance from Wilhead at first base. 1 ball and no strikes. So Battle Creek picking up right where they left off, allowing runs early and often. And scratching nothing together. 10-0 in Sunday's loss. 9 of those runs in the first 3 innings. 1-0 pitch to Comia. Up and inside, ball 2. Nearly hit on a fastball from Riley. Here today, 12 runs in the first 2 innings, and they've not scored a run so far today. Rockford leads 12-zip, top of the 5th. 1 on and 1 out. 2-0 on Brendan Comia with Woolhead off first base. Righty on righty, as James Riley has the sign and sets above the belt. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Up with the fastball, and that's ball 3 to Comia. Tom Jostin is on deck. Rockford 12 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Zach Jones, on the other hand, has allowed just 1 base hit for Battle Creek, and he's allowed just 3 base runners through 4. Here's a 3-0 on Comia. The pitch from Riley. Fastball's in there for a strike, above the knees on the inner half. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Comia. And the pitch. Fastball is low for ball 4, and Comia walks on 5 pitches. That brings up Tom Jostin off back-to-back walks against James Riley, who, as I said, has allowed 13 earned runs in 7 2/3 innings, including 6 his last start and just 1 inning pitched. So an ERA of more than 15, and also a walk per strikeout ratio, which is the most staggering for him. He has walked 16 men and struck out 1 this season, including 2 today. First pitch to Tom Jostin's down the middle for a strike. So control issue for James Riley continues today. Again, 16 bases on balls. That's more than he's allowed hits. And 1 strikeout. Strikeout came his last start on Sunday. An appearance for the first time today. 0-1 on Jostin, and the pitch. Upstairs on a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tom Jostin. Jostin doubled in 2 runs back in the first inning, then was hit by a pitch in the second. Struck out looking his last time. So he's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in. 1-1 pitch is not taken so far as Riley steps off the mound. Kalamazoo now leads Kokomo 8-2 in the 5th inning over in Indiana. That's the one score we care about for the most part. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jostin in the pitch. And the fastball is low in the dirt, ball 2. Of course, Rockford would be certainly great for them to win the second half, but 5.5 back of Traverse City. So Rockford's really hoping that Kalamazoo A does not win the second half against Traverse City, and B does not get more wins on the season than Rockford. More math coming up. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Jostin. Swinging a ground ball hit back to second base. Could be 2 ball guard backhands to short. Wilder to turn to first, and they get 2. 4-6-3 double play. My thought interrupted by a 4-6-3 ground out by Tom Jostin to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. Rather, no hits and 1 left after 4.5. It is 12-0 Rockford here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Colby Johnson leads off the fifth inning against Zach Jones. Rockford leads it 12-0. We are right where we were in the second. Here's the first pitch from Jones. And a slider's over the outside corner. Strike one to Colby Johnson. Colby's 0 for 1 with a ground out today. Substitutions. Thurman comes out of the game. He's 2 batters away, replaced by Michael Morissette wearing number 11. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Johnson for strike two. So Rockford has to hope that Kalamazoo, as I said in the last half inning, does not win the second half. They're only 2 games back of Traverse City. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Johnson. Swing and a foul back. So if Kalamazoo does not clinch the second half, and Traverse City does, or any other team cannot clinch the second half. Rockford needs Traverse City to clinch the second half, and for them to have the best record, aside from Traverse City, them being Rockford, to make the playoffs. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Johnson. Up and away with the fastball. Of course, Rockford can win the second half and come back from 5.5 down. They've got 6 games left against Traverse City. But that's a very tall task. They'll take the easy way out. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Colby Johnson. Just low for ball 2. Off the dirt, and Minzy scoops it up behind the home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Johnson. Jorge Gutierrez, the catcher, is on deck for Battle Creek. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Johnson. Jones winds and deals. Breaking balls up and inside off the glove of Minzy. The backstop, 3-2. So if any other team besides Traverse City wins the second half, then they automatically clinch the playoff spot, regardless of overall record. But if the Spitters clinch the second half, best record, then Rockford, if they have the best record overall in the 2 halves combined, would make the playoffs. 3-2 pitch to Johnson that hit him inside. And that's not ball 4. That hit Colby Johnson inside. It grazed him on the arm. So a hit batsman for Johnson. The third man that Jones has hit today. 3 of his 4 base runners he's given up have been hit batsmen. And Johnson goes on to first base to lead off the 5th. Brings up Jorge Gutierrez. Rockford's right in the thick of things here, and they've got a chance to win the most games any Rockford team has won. Josh Kimes said, hey, if we win 15 of our last 24 games, then we'll have won 40 on the season, which is the most Rockford has won. Their previous best is 39 2 years ago. Here's Jorge Gutierrez, first pitch from Jones, a fastball for a strike. So if they win those 40 games, that would put them at 20 wins in the second half. So probably not enough to win the second half, as Traverse City has won 10 of their first 12 with 24 games to play. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gutierrez. Curveball for a strike. 0-2. So 40 wins should be enough, considering that Kalamazoo won 16 in the first half of play. Yes, they're 9-5, which is the same amount of wins as Rockford in the second half. But that being said, a rough first half for them. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit to left center field. Higgins moves in the gap, and Higgins calls for it, makes the catch over his left shoulder. And that retires Gutierrez for the first out. Really looking back at the overall standings, it's really just Rockford and Kalamazoo jockeying for second place overall in the Great Lakes East. Kokomo's at 20-26, so they're below 500 by 6 games. Rockford's 2 games over 500, Kalamazoo's 4 games over 500, and Traverse City's 18 games over. They won't be caught. So it's really a jockeying race for second place. For Kalamazoo, they don't want to worry about that. They just want to win the second half. Go back to first base is a pass Tom Joseph's glove. And on to second base and turning for third, Colby Johnson. That ball's caught in the bullpen. Joseph throws over. It's cut off at the pitcher's mound. And he won on the play. A bad throw by Zach Jones to first base. Brings Johnson all the way from first to third. And the Battle Creek is a sac fly away from their first run of the game, with Michael Morissette at the plate for his first at-bat. Michael Morissette playing first base. Defensive substitutions as well for the Bombers. No balls, no strikes on Morissette. Lefty versus the righty Jones. Runner on third and 1 away. 12-0 game in the 5th. Pitch is sent to left center. A bleeder that is down for a base hit in front of Burrows. That scores Johnson. And a base hit for Morissette brings home the RBI to make it 12-1. The Bombers are on the board here in the 5th inning. So a Zach Jones error brings Johnson to third base off a hit batsman. And he comes across on a Morissette RBI single to left center field. Battle Creek now trails by a 12-1 score here in the fifth. They've gotten on the board. And Kelby Weiler comes up at the top of the order. Weiler's 0 for 2 today, a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch to him. Slider outside from Jones, 1 ball and no strike. Zach Jones now up to 61 pitches. 42 of them have been strikes. 4 1/3, just 2 hits allowed and the 1 run. A moment to go. Here's his 1-0 pitch to Weiler. Slider on the outside corner, a strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. But the math will become more clear once we head towards the end of the season. Still 23 games after this to be played. Before the season's end, all Rockford can do is win and let the chips fall where they may. Winning 12-1 today. 1-1 pitch, and Weiler takes a fastball for a strike. 1-2. Of course, if Kalamazoo keeps winning, then it becomes a problem for Rockford. They're winning over Kokomo 8-2 today, live in Indiana. Rockford's got 4 games left against the Growlers, 2 in each ballpark. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit to second base, could be 2. Dutton to Comia on to first, and they get 2 as Weiler slowed his pace to a slow jog nearing the first base bag. A 4-6-3 double play put out for Rockford ends the 5th inning. The Battle Creek ends across 1 run on 1 hit. And after 5 innings, an official game, Rockford 12, Battle Creek 1. Top of the 6th, it's 12-1. Battle Creek gets their run across in the bottom half of the 5th. New pitcher Mitchell Lee faces Mason Minzy. First pitch. The sidearmer throws a first pitch fastball down the gut for a strike. Count 0-1 to Minzy. So Mitchell Lee comes in, the right-hander. Lee from Lamar, native of Orange, Texas. The 6'5", 225 sophomore. Appearing for the 18th time this season. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down the middle again, 0-2. So 18 relief appearances, no starts, 21 and 2/3 innings, an ERA of 8.72 for Lee. 20 earned runs in 21 and 2/3 against Mitchell Lee. Third time he's gone against Rockford this season. He's allowed 4 earned runs in 2 innings versus the Rivets in the head-to-head. 0-2 the count to Minzy, and the time is called. On the first base side, Lee steps in for the sign as Minzy takes his place, switch hitter batting lefty. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Minzy. Upstairs, ball 1. Minzy, Butler, and Dutton, 8, 9, and 1 for Rockford. Defensive substitutions for Battle Creek. Michael Morrishead comes in to play first base. Kobe Johnson in center field replaces Roy Thurman. And John Malcolm moves from first base to right field. 1-2 pitch is lined down left field line and foul out of play by Mason Minzy. Minzy's 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles and a ground out back to the pitcher his last time. 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs in the game for Mason Minzy, the freshman catcher from Texas Tech. Johnny Butler on deck, 1 ball, 2 strikes to open up the top of the 6th. Rockford leads at 12-1. Lee with the 1-2 pitch. Sidearm outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rockford's final third of the season, their plan for the final third has gone off swimmingly so far. Win 2 out of every 3 games essentially, win 15 of your last 24. That's 40 overall and should be enough to get you into the playoffs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Minzy goes down. Fastball outside. And Mitchell Lee's got a strikeout to open up the 6th inning. Rockford with 9 in the first and 3 in the second. They haven't scored since. Battle Creek with 1 in the 5th against Zach Jones. It's a 12-1 ball game for Rockford. 1 out, top 6. At the 2-hour mark, almost exactly here, the first inning took an hour and... first 1.5 innings took an hour and 1 minute. Since then, we've gone just 50 minutes, 59 minutes. First pitch is outside to Johnny Butler for a ball. So we're at a much faster pace now. Butler 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. Fly to center his last time. Sophomore DH from North Carolina State. 1-0 pitch is a strike at the knees. 1-1. Never too early to scoreboard watch the Kalamazoo score, and they've got an 8-5 lead now. Jackrabbits have cut the lead in half. 1-1 pitch is at the knees inside. 2-1. Rabbits with a 3-run inning in the bottom half of the 5th inning. See how they scored it. 2-1 pitch on the way, and Butler sends a high fly ball to shallow right field. Ball guard, the second baseman, calls for it in shallow right and backs up to make the catch. Nearly runs into John Malcolm, who's also running forward. There's the second out of the inning, a pop out for Johnny Butler. Butler's 0 for 3 today. Here's Josh Dutton. So 3 runs scored off of an RBI double, a sac fly, and an error for Kokomo. So it's 8-5 now. Rockford certainly opened the Rabbits, come back against the Growlers. Rockford could pull even with them with a win today. First pitch on the way to Josh Dutton is a strike on the inside corner. Breaking ball from Lee. No balls and a strike. Rockford with nobody warming up in their pen. Same case with Battle Creek. They've used now 5 pitchers. 0-1's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Dutton's had quite the day. He's 1 for 1, but he's been on base 4 times. Infield his last time up, but 2 walks and a hit batsman to start the game. 1-1 pitch. Down the middle for a strike. 1-2. Dutton scored 2 runs. Hasn't driven in 1. He's got a homer and 16 RBIs coming into today's game. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Josh Dutton. And Mitchell Lee fires a 1-2-3 6th inning. After 5.5, Rockford 12, Battle Creek 1. Bottom six at C.O. Brown Stadium. Rockford leads the Battle Creek Bombers 12-1. Rivets with Zach Jones back on the mound, who's allowed 1 run and 2 hits in 5 innings of work. Not a bad appearance for Zach Jones. An unearned run, no less. Back in the 5th inning, Colby Johnson reached on a hit batsman and came around to score. Here's Caleb Ballgard to lead off the 6th on the first pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back on a slider. 0-1 the count. Caleb Ballgard is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a ground out to third base his last time up, wearing number 7 in white. Redshirt freshman from Iowa Western, facing Rockford for the first time this season, playing his 7th game. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Jones, righty on righty. Swinging a ground ball foul beyond the third base line. Count 0-2. These two teams last played in Battle Creek on June 25th and 26th. They split the series. Or check that. Rockford won 2 of 3. That was a doubleheader, then a single game. Rockford won 2 of the 3 in Battle Creek. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Ballgard. Here's Jones's winded pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Rockford's won 5 of the 8 games against Battle Creek this season. But here in C.O. Brown Stadium, Rockford and the Bombers have split the 4 games. 1-2 pitch to Ballgard. Inside, ball 2. So 2-2 is the count on the batter Ballgard. Also 2 games apiece is the count for these teams in the season series in C.O. Brown. 2-2 pitch to Ballgard. Slider's sent to right field. On comes Vanderwall near the line. He makes a diving catch to his left near the foul line. What a catch by Jake Vanderwall. Got a great jump on that baseball. Was going full sprint and nearly laid out to make that catch, short of a falling dive. And Jake Vanderwall traps one to retire Ballgard. And Zach Jones can certainly tip his cap to his right fielder. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Vanderwall's had quite the day. He's got 4 RBIs and a home run from the plate, and plenty of balls hit his way. Now here's John Malcolm. Malcolm's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Jones's first offering is low and inside, just near his shoes. 1 ball, no strikes to count. So in Rockford, Rockford's won 3 of the 4 games. Bombers won the most recent one, 7-3, back on a rainy Sunday, June the 30th. 1-0 pitch to Malcolm. 2 balls, no strikes, balls outside. Last series here in Battle Creek, the last game between these two at C.O. Brown's tomorrow at 7:05 Eastern Time. They played 2 in Rockford, July 30th and 31st, and that's it for that season series. 2-0 on Malcolm the pitch. And it's down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Well, Rockford looking to, if they can win 8 of 12 against them, and maybe 9 of 12 be even better for them. Be a great result for them. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit the other way to left field. That one is caught by Higgins in left, and that retires John Malcolm. 2 out. Couldn't dump one down to left field. And that's it for him. So 2 away now for Trace Peterson. Peterson's 0 for 2 today. Peterson lined to right and struck out back in the 4th. He's 0 out of 2. Left fielder from Lake Erie College, Division II product. Native of Brunswick, Ohio. Here's the first pitch to him, righty on righty. And it's in the dirt, gets away for ball 1, skips to the backstop. Peterson's hitting 4 of his last 5 games. Batting .250 coming into today, and with today's action, he's down to .231. 6 for 26 with 3 RBIs. No home runs. Here's Jones's 1-0 to Peterson. Fastball is just below the knees. Ball 2. Peterson from Brunswick, Ohio, about 25 miles south of Cleveland. Lake Erie College about same distance northeast of Cleveland. 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball away, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Jack Merrifield on deck. Nobody on base, 2 out. Top at the bottom of the 6th. Rockford leads Battle Creek 12-1. Rivets leading by 11 runs. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Peterson on the way. And a fastball's in for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Rockford's highest margin for a win this season is 11. A 14-3 win over Kenosha. Most run output as well this season. 3-1 pitch on the way. Up and inside with a pitch to Peterson. And Trace Peterson walks. And for Zach Jones, that's walk number 1 for him on the day.
Now batting for the Bombers, the
He's hit
designated
3 men
hitter,
and
number
allowed 2 base
19
hits
for
and an
LCU,
unearned run to score.
Jack
That's his first walk of the game. Puts Peterson on first base with 2 out. And that brings up Jack Merrifield to the plate. Merrifield is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Rockford leads 12-1, the bottom 6. They're out hitting 9-2 as well. First pitch from the stretch from Jones. Fastball misses the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, just above the dirt. Merrifield singled off Jones back in the 4th. The first Bomber hit. The other one, a RBI single by Michael Morissette last inning. 1-0 pitch. Strike with a fastball. 1-1 to Jones. Still looking around the Northwoods League. Kalamazoo with a run back in the 6th. They lead 9-5 now in that 6th inning over at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Jack Merrifield. Up and inside. 2 balls and a strike. So in the first half, all we would do every single game was scoreboard watch Traverse City, because the first half really came down to Rockford and Traverse City, and the Spitters won by 2.5 games thanks to an 11-game winning streak to end the half. 18 overall, longest in league history. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Merrifield. Pitch in the dirt on a fastball, 2-2. Josh Sheck on deck. So Rockford now involved in a scoreboard watching affair with Kalamazoo the last third of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Merrifield. Here's Jones's pitch. Swinging a ball looped into right field. Vanderwall with a can of corn. Glove up. Catch made over his left shoulder. And that retires the side of the 6th. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left, no errors. After 6 innings of play in Battle Creek, Rockford leads at 12-1. Top of the 7th in Battle Creek, Michigan. Rockford to bat with Blake Burrows, Jake Vanderwall, and Matt Higgins. 2, 3, and 4 meet of the order against Mitchell Lee, back for a second inning of work for Battle Creek. Pitched a 1-2-3 6th in just 14 pitches, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. First pitch to Burrows. Swinging a ball is foul, left field side. Off the top row of the bleachers. No balls and 1 strike. Blake Burrows on the game. Been on base 3 times, a fielder's choice, an RBI walk, a 2 RBI single, and a looking strikeout for Blake. Burrows 1 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Swings down an 0-1 and comes up empty 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to count to Burrows. Vanderwall on deck, who's got 4 RBIs today and a home run. Rockford with 3 runs in the second, 9 runs in the first. They haven't scored since. They haven't needed to. Top of the 7th inning, nobody on base. 0-2 to Burrows on the way. Swinging a foul back to the top of the backstop. And the count's still 0-2. Just past the 2-hour mark here at C.O. Brown. We've been going quickly since the second inning. 0-2 on Burrows now. And the pitch from Lee. Swing and a miss, and down goes Burrows. A breaking ball. Burrows can't time it properly. 3 strikeouts in the game for Mitchell Lee. 4 up and 4 down for him. Lee looking to eat up a second inning in relief. A relief pitcher entirely who's gone as many as 4 innings this season. Did so back on July 1st. Last appearance was July 13th against the Spitters and went 3 innings. So he could go an 8th inning if Mike Rubenthal were to throw him out there, I'd imagine he would if his pitch count's not too high and he doesn't get in trouble here. Jake Vanderwall now with one away. Here's the first pitch from Lee. And a curveball is down the middle for a strike to Vanderwall. Jake homered a 2 RBI home run back in the first inning down the right field line. A 2 RBI single later in the first inning. A walk and a fly out to left. So he's 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and a home. 0-1 pitch. And he watches ball one low in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vanderwall from Long Beach State. 5 home runs on the season, 26 RBIs. Both figures lead the Rivets. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Mitchell Lee. Up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Home runs in 3 straight games for Jake Vanderwall. Had 2 home runs in his first 5 games, then none in his next 36. All of a sudden, he's got 3 in his last 3. 2 balls and 1 strike to him. Pitch from Mitchell Lee. And a fastball's on the outer edge for a strike. 2-2. Vanderwall the lefty and Mitchell Lee the right-hander. Vanderwall from Grand Rapids, Michigan, not far north of here. Previously at Central Arizona College for 2 seasons, now with Long Beach State. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now the pitch. Inside, below the belt, ball 3. Vanderwall gets his body out of the way of that pitch. That ran inside from Mitchell Lee, 3-2. Rockford's got a man warming up in their bullpen. Battle Creek now starting to get something going. The bullpen catcher's got to get a ball from right field. Umpire doesn't see it. 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4, so Vanderwall walks anyway, as the catcher was in play, retrieving a ball that had gotten loose in the bullpen. So Vanderwall walks. He's on base for the 4th time today. His second walk drawn in the game. His 26th walk of the season among the Rockford leaders. Second only to Matt Higgins, who is up right now. Higgins is 1 for 3, singled back in the first. Since then, he's popped out the third, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and struck out looking his last time. Here's the first pitch from Lee. Again outside, ball 1. So Lee with a quick out here in the 7th inning against Blake Burrows, a strikeout. Since then, he's walked Jake Vanderwall. Now a 1-0 count on Higgins. On pitch that was not close. Vanderwall leads off first. A base stealer for sure. He's got 9 this season. 1-0 pitch to the plate is high. Above the letters of fastball, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes now. Andrew Wilhite waits on deck. 2 balls and no strikes now. Lee sets letter high. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Higgins, 2-1. Lee is a 3/4 delivery pitcher, right-hander, facing the lefty Matt Higgins in the cleanup spot for Rockford. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vanderwall on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. And a fastball is a little bit off the outside corner, 3-1. Rockford leads at 12-1, top of the 7th inning. 12 runs, 9 hits, and an error against 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. Game 1 of 2 in this series. 7:05 Eastern, the start time tomorrow. 6:05 Central. 3-1 to Higgins and the pitch now. Fastball misses outside. There's ball 4, and Higgins walks. 5-pitch walk and 2 consecutive bases on balls for Mitchell Lee here in the 7th inning. With a pitcher getting loose in the bullpen for Battle Creek, it looks like Trevor Smizek, lefty from St. Leo University. Crawford's got someone getting loose, but not throwing anything right now. Nick Jubert, the bullpen catcher, getting his equipment over. Spencer Lightfoot, the pitching coach, comes out to talk now with Mitchell Lee before Andrew Wilhite steps to the plate. Wilhite has a single and a walk today. He's 1 for 3. Walked on 7 pitches this last time up. Conversation between Jorge Gutierrez, pitching coach Spencer Lightfoot, and Mitchell Lee on the mound. It continues on as Wilhite stays outside the batter's box, playing left-handed side.
Yeah, my pitch count is so messed up. Would you mind letting me know if I need to announce that the pitch is getting close?
1 away, top of the 7th. It's 12-1. Rockford leads it by 11. Conversation now over. And Lee now steps on the rubber. Steps off. Will I get to step in the box? The freshman from Minnesota who's got a hit today and a run scored. Now Lee on the rubber from the first base side. First and second, one away. Rockford leads by 11, top of the 7th inning. And here's Wilhite, who has hit in 7 straight games, including today. And Mitchell Lee's first pitch. The fastball that nicks the outer edge for a strike call. 0-1. Wilhite on the road this season is 6 for 64, but he's hit in 4 straight road games. It's an 0.94 average, but 4 straight on the road he's hit in. Longest of the season for Wilhite. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Mitchell Lee. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Wilhite swings straight through one, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Brennan Comia is on deck. Comia without a hit today. Only he and Johnny Butler have no hits in today's game. 7 men have hits, 9 have scored runs. 5 have RBIs for Rockford. 0-2 to Wilhite. Lee stares in for the sign, and now time called at the plate. Wilhite now steps out. Stillman Valley, Illinois native, not far south of Rockford. Been on base in 9 in a row, including today, and he's hitting 7 straight. 0-2 the count. Lee now set, stretches and deals. Swinging a ground ball, chop foul, first base side. First base coach TJ Merrick tries to lean for that ball, but can't pick it up. Of course, TJ Merrick replacing Chandler Purcell mid-season, wearing the number 23, first base coach / hitting coach for Rockford. Adam Carey still doing the pitchers, wearing number 2, and Josh Keim, the field manager for the first season, after serving as a hitting coach back in 2016, the Rockford's first season. Here's the 0-2 now on Wilhite, and the pitch on the way. Fastball inside, the ball gets away from Gutierrez. Both runners move up on a wild pitch. Moves Vanderwall to third, and Higgins trots over to second base. 1-2 the count on Andrew Wilhite off that wild pitch from Mitchell Lee. 2 in scoring position with just 1 away, and a sac fly would certainly score one of them. Brennan Comia on deck, and a 1-2 count. Lee now back on the rubber. Ready for the 1-2 pitch. And on the way now. Swinging a ball loop to left field, right at Peterson, makes the catch. Third base tagged by Vanderwall. The throw doesn't even come home. It's cut off at shortstop, and Vanderwall in to score. So a sac fly from Wilhite earns him an RBI, his 15th of the season, and his first sac fly on the year. And that brings the score to 13-1 to Rockford in the top of the 7th inning. Their first run scored since the 2nd. The lead continues to be more and more comfortable for Rockford. 12-run lead, their longest or their highest of the season if it goes final. They lead at 13-1. Here's Brennan Comia now with Higgins on second base. Off the Wilhite sac fly, 2 out now. First pitch is low and outside, blocked by the catcher Gutierrez. 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch time and just 1 out here in Rockford, or here in Battle Creek. Rockford leads by 12. 2 out, top 7. 1-0 pitch to Comia now. It's on the way. And a fastball ticks the outside corner for a strike. Comia is 0 for 2 today with a walk, with 2 walks and a run scored. Walked his last time on a 5-pitch count. 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Lee. On the way. Inside with a fastball, and Comia hops out of it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lee now with 37 pitches on the game. 1 2/3 innings for him. Likely his final inning of work. Got a man warming up behind him. Trevor Smizek, left-hander, would be the 6th pitcher for Battle Creek. 2-1 pitch now to Comia on the way. Swinging a ball, shot foul right field. 2-2. Tom Joseph waiting on deck. 2-2 with 2 out. Rockford looking for their 3rd straight win. Battle Creek has lost 2 in a row. Rockford's won 2 in a row. Rockford 8-14 away from Rivet Stadium. Here's a 2-2 on Comia, the pitch. Well outside, ball 3, gets away from Gutierrez to the backstop. That brings Higgins to third base. 2 wild pitches in this inning for Mitchell Lee. And Higgins now 90 feet away with 2 out. And Comia, the batter, with a 3-2 count on him. Rockford is looking to keep breaking this game open. They did so back in the first inning, a 9-run first, their highest output in any inning this season. 13 runs, their second highest output in a game. 3-2 pitch to Comia on the way. High with a fastball, ball 4, and Comia walks for the third time today. Comia with 18 walks this season, 3 today. And now that's going to be all for the pitcher, Mitchell Lee, as manager Mike Rupenthal makes the call to the bullpen, and Trevor Smizek to finish out the 7th inning with 2 out. Rockford leads at 13-1 in Battle Creek. Pitching change for Battle Creek. Trevor Smizek comes in. He'll face Tom Joseph with 2 out in the 7th, and the runners on the corners now for Rockford, leading 13-1. Numbers on Smizek in a moment. First pitch to Tom Joseph from the lefty is on the way. Fastball is in the dirt, hops to Gutierrez. 1 ball, no strikes. Smizek from St. Leo University in Florida. ERA of 9.82. 0-0 is his record. 6th relief appearance for Smizek. 8 earned runs in 7 1/3 innings pitched. 1 ball, no strikes to Tom Jostin. Lefty on lefty. And now the pitch. Fastball again spiked in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes, but blocked by Gutierrez again. Higgins holds at third base. Comia on at first. The numbers on Lee. 1 2/3 innings has allowed 1 run to this point. No hits allowed, just 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Rockford hasn't hit since the 2nd inning. 2-0 pitch is popped up left side and out of play. Over the top of the stadium. 2 balls and a strike. Rockford's last hit in the game was off of Ping Chun Ho in the 2nd inning. It was a 2 RBI single by Blake Burrows. Or check that, excuse me, an infield single by Dutton back in the 4th off of Ping Chun Ho. Been a while since Rockford's had a hit. 2-1 pitch now to Jostin is on the inside corner with a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 13-1 Rockford. Top 7, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. They're on the corners, and Rockford leading by 12, looking to finish things out in Battle Creek. Zach Jones back on with 84 pitches through 6 in the bottom half of the inning, looking to go 7. 2-2 on Jostin. Here's the pitch. Curve ball is just off the outside corner, ball 3. Jostin takes a dangerous pitch on 2-2 and stays at the plate. Mason Minzy waiting on deck, the Rockford catcher. He's still got his shin guards on, his equipment. 3-2 pitch on the way. And Jostin takes ball 4 outside, so Minzy's got to take the protectors off and come to the dish with the bases loaded. Bases loaded for the umpteenth time today as Tom Jostin walks. And Mason Minzy now the batter. Minzy, the Rockford catcher, has 2 base hits and 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored today. He is 2 for 4. Freshman from Texas Tech, native of Michigan in the Flint area. Bases loaded and 2 out against Trevor Smizik. Lefty against righty as Minzy switch hits from the right-handed side. Mason's got 7 RBIs this season, no home runs. Batting 180, first pitch. Swinging a ball hit to second base. A line drive catch made by Caleb Ballgard at second. And that's the end of the threat. So Minzy retired. 1 run on no hits, 4 walks, and 3 men left, no errors. After 6.5, 7 inning stretch time, our score is 13-11 Rockford. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rockford 13, Battle Creek 1. C.O. Brown Stadium, Battle Creek, Michigan. Rockford with 12 runs in the first 2 innings. They got 1 in the 7th inning. Here they are in the bottom. Josh Scheck facing Zach Jones. First pitch is a strike and a fastball. Down the middle. Josh Scheck is 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks against Jones. He's gone 6 innings, just 84 pitches to his name, and 1 unearned run against him. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside with the breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. What a start for Zach Jones off 3 really rough starts for him. 4 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. Hasn't won a game since the second start of the season. 1-1 pitch is inside. It skips away from Minzy, and Bounces to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Jones looking to get through the 7th inning. Someone's warming up in the bullpen. There's a few men over there getting loose in the Rockford pen. We'll see who Josh Keim throws out there. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Jones to Scheck. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Taken by Dutton deep in the hole. Throws to first and gets the out in time. A low throw to Jostin. But a 4-3 put out, none the same. 1 down here in the 7th inning for this Rockford defense. Here's Colby Johnson.
Now batting for the Bombers, the right fielder, number 6 from Central Arkansas, Colby Johnson.
Rockford with pretty much all their relievers usable today. Anthony Hollebecki is not usable, though, not in the reserves for Rockford. That said, they won't need much from their bullpen here. Here's Colby Johnson, first pitch. Swinging a ball on the hands and fouled back off the screen. Top of the bleachers, first base up. Still a decent amount of fans left compared to when we started the game. Of course, the baseball game becomes the second priority to a lot of these guys. The drinks in their hands certainly are number one. 0-1 pitch. Curveball falls over the middle of the plate. Nice pitch from Zach Jones. It's swept across. 0-2 the count to Johnson. Jorge Gutierrez is on deck. 1 out, bottom 7. Rockford leads at 13-1. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Ball that hops in front of Minzy. The backstop, 1-2. Let's look back at that Kalamazoo score. Growlers now still lead 9-5, bottom 7. 1-2 on Johnson. Righty on righty. The wind of the pitch from Jones. Swinging a ball hit to center field. Burrows chasing back. Has plenty of room to make the catch as he squares up to the baseball. And there's 2 down. And Zach Jones has gone 6 2/3. And no one runs to his credit. He's thrown 91 pitches, has Zach Jones. And just one man to face to end his appearance, you would think. It's Jorge Gutierrez, the catcher, who's 0 for 2 today. Gutierrez 0 for 2 in his first appearance with Battle Creek. Joined the team today. Junior from Lamar University. Batted .138 with Lamar. 8 RBIs and a home run. First pitch, swinging a ball hit to first base. Joseph behind the bag, but it's foul. 0-1. Gutierrez, the native of Venezuela, 6'2", 195, switch hitter batting lefty. He and Josh Scheck, the 2 switch hitters, making their debuts today for Battle Creek. They made some roster switch-ups during the All-Star break for the final third of the year. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gutierrez, and a fastball swing and a miss for strike 2. Got to imagine with some of these teams losing some of their better players. Rockford's lost quite a few of their best players as well. Some arms. It'll help Rockford early on, or later on in the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Gutierrez. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. A 1-2-3 for Zach Jones. He strikes out his 7th man, and through 7 innings, he's allowed just 1 unearned run. That's likely all for him. Rockford leads it after 7, 13-1. Top of the 8th, Rockford leads 13-1. First pitch, Johnny Butler's in for a strike. 0-1. Butler on the day is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Popped to second his last time. 0-1 pitch is a ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The lefty, Trevor Smizik, remains in there for a second inning of work. Zach Jones likely done after 7 innings, allowing 1 unearned run and striking out 7. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Butler goes right through 1. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. So Butler, the NC State Wolfpack product, had a 7-game hitting streak snap his last time out on Sunday. Looking to get back in the hit column today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball is low and away. Butler's been on base in every game. That includes a walk today. On-base rate coming in of .489. All 12 games he's played. 2 balls, 2 strikes to open up the 8th inning. Rockford leads it by 12. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. Butler, Dutton, and Burrows, 9-1-2. Dutton waits on deck. 3-2 the count to the leadoff man, Johnny Butler, in the 9-hole. Here's the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, and Butler goes down. Excellent pitch from Mitchell Lee, or rather from Trevor Smizik for his first strikeout. Replaced Mitchell Lee with the 2 out in the 7th inning. Lee allowing 1 run on no hits and 3 walks, 40 pitches. So Smizik's gone 2/3 of an inning. Facing now Josh Dutton, who's been on base 4 times in 5 appearances. Dutton's 1 for 2. A single, 2 walks, a hit batsman, and a strikeout last time. Goes after a first pitch slider for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Game 2 of the series tomorrow at 7:05 Eastern Time in Battle Creek, and Rockford goes home for a big 4-game series, which will be a litmus test for them. 0-1 pitch now. Ball hops in front of home plate and back to the backstop, 1-1. So if Rockford could take 2 games here against Battle Creek, that'd be 4 in a row for them. And great momentum going into a 4-game home set against the top 2 teams in the Great Lakes East. Here's a 1-1 pitch on the way. And Dutton takes a slider outside, 2-1. 2 against Traverse City, then 2 against Kalamazoo, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Count 2-1, pitch to Dutton, up and in 3-1. Those 2 against Traverse City, certainly crucial, but not as crucial as the 2 against Kalamazoo. Of course, you want to win all of them. But Kalamazoo is the team that Rockford's jockeying for, not only for 2nd place in the Great Lakes East right now, in the second half, but 2nd place overall, which is what matters. 3-1 count to Dutton. Pitch from Smizik. And a change-up's over the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Burrows waits on deck. 1 out. Nobody on. Top 8, Rockford 13, Battle Creek 1. Well, that series will serve as a big litmus test for Rockford. Where are we at right now as a baseball team? 3-2 pitch to Dutton. Swings and grounds one between first and second. Overcomes the second baseman. Ball guard can't make the play. Leaks into right field where Josh Dutton has himself a 1-out single here in the 8th. He's aboard at first base. His 2nd hit of the game. And his 5th time on base, the leadoff man, Josh Dutton, doing what the leadoff man does. Gets on base. 2 singles. Blake Burrows now. Burrows is 1 for 4. Has a 2 RBI single and an RBI walk. He struck out his last 2 times, though. So he's got 3 runs driven in today. Rockford now with 10 hits on the game. It's 13 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Battle Creek 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error on the board. Lefty on lefty. Smizik versus Burrows. 1 out in the 8th, and Dutton on first base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a foul back to the screen, 0-1. Dutton on first base. His stolen base numbers are 5 for 7. He's been on base 5 times and has yet to attempt a steal today. No balls and 1 strike. Ryan Riddle in the Rockford bullpen. 0-1 pitch. Inside ball 1. Ryan Riddle warming up, throwing to Nick Jouer, the bullpen catcher. Another pitcher getting stretched out. Left field side wall. 1 ball, 1 strike to Burrows. So it appears as if Zach Jones' day is done. Here's a 1-1 to Burrows now. Look back to first. Now the pitch from Smizik. Outside ball 2. Rockford has done well against Traverse City this season. Looking at their overall schedule against Traverse City, they split the first series back in Rockford, then swept them in the second series in Rockford, and then split in Traverse City. So Rockford has won 4 of the 6 games versus Traverse City. That being said, they all came before the record 18-game winning streak by the Spitters. 2 balls, 1 strike to Burrows now. Here's a pitch from Smizik. Inside corner strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for Kalamazoo, meanwhile, that was part of their first road trip. Rockford was swept in Kalamazoo, then split in Rockford, swept in Kalamazoo, and then were swept in Rockford. So they've won just 3 of 8 against the Growlers this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Burrows. Smizik holds and fires away. Swing and a miss, and Burrows strikes out. Second strikeout for Trevor Smizik today. There's 2 out in the 8th, and the batter will be Jake Vanderwall. 1 on, 2 out. Top 8, Rockford leads 13-1. So that's a Traverse City team that's been playing their best baseball. And a Kalamazoo team that, well, last time they played Rockford, and that series came about a week and a half ago, back on July 7th and 8th. That was a Kalamazoo team playing their best baseball at any point in this season at that time. They're still playing pretty well. First pitch to Vanderwall, not thrown. It's back to first base, and Morris doesn't tag Dudden. That was a Growler team that came into that game over the last 5 batting .355, and they were a buzzsaw of an offense for Rockford, winning those games 6-5 and 8-3. They were not close, though. Swinging a ball hit to left field. Peterson, a can of corn backing up, makes the catch over his head, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left, no errors. After 7.5, it's 13-1 Rivets in Battle Creek. Bottom of the 8th, Rockford leads this thing 13-1. Ryan Riddle in the pitch the 8th inning, relieving Zach Jones, who was in line for a win, looking to remain unbeaten on the season. Michael Morissette leads off against Riddle to begin the 8th. Morissette had an RBI single his only appearance, leaving Roy Thurman in the 9th spot. He's 1 for 1. Riddle's first pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back to the screen on a fastball. And the count of balls and a strike. Numbers on Riddle, he's 0-0 this season, ERA of 6.97. 8 earned runs in 10 1/3 innings. This is 8th appearance out of the bullpen. The ball is 1 strike. Holds the glove straight out. Winds and fires the pitch. Looping ball outside, 1-1. Riddle from Central College in Pella, Iowa, native of Omaha, Nebraska. See if he goes 1 inning or both. He's gone 3 this season. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a slider down and in. Morissette goes after it for strike 2. Michael Morissette snapped a 1 for 16 skid over his last 6 games with an RBI single back in the 5th. The only run for Battle Creek today. It's 13-1 Rockford, bottom 8. 1-2 the count to Morissette. From the windup, Riddle on the way. Swinging a ground ball to first base. Joseph behind the bag, but it reaches out and it's a foul ball. That ball bounced foul before Joseph could pick it up on the last bounce. Rockford with 9 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the 7th. Battle Creek with run in the 5th. Rivets lead at 13-1. Game 1 of this 2-game set to begin the final stretch of the season. The home stretch off to a good note for Rockford. The final 24 games, the final third mathematically, following the All-Star break. Here's a 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 3 call, and Riddle sets down Morissette looking. Ryan Riddle's first strikeout of the game. He enters this one in the 8th and gets his first K. 1 away now for Kelby Weiler. Weiler, the sophomore from Lamar, the shortstop, everyday player for Battle Creek. He's missed just 1 game this season. Weiler is 0 for 3 today. A fly out to center, a strikeout, and a 4-6-3 double play. First pitch is a fastball on the outer edge for a strike. From Riddle, 0-1. Ryan Riddle last appeared against Kokomo 5 days ago. Allowed 2 runs in 2 innings, part of Rockford's 3-0 loss. Did not look very good in that one. 0-1 pitch, swinging a ball hit to shortstop, a flare. Comia charges in. Can't backhand it. It's under his glove and through the left for a base hit. That ball was hit in no man's land, shallow 5-6 hole, and Comia tried to backhand one with Wilhite being called off. And that one got through for Weiler, his first hit of the game. Third hit of the game for Battle Creek. Puts the man on first in Weiler for Caleb Ballgard. Ballgard, the redshirt freshman from Iowa Western, JUCO product. Transferred from University of Indiana, where he did not play. Now with Iowa Western, native of Fenton, Michigan. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch from Riddle from the stretch now. Swinging a foul back. It's to the right side, 0-1. Weiler off first base, the stolen base leader for Battle Creek. 17 for 19 this season. This is his first time on the base pass. Rockford leads it by 12. No balls and a strike to Ballgard with 1 away in the 8th. From the belt, runner takes off. Pitch is grounded foul. A hard grounder third base side and well wide of the bag, 0-2. And so Weiler shows his hand, although it can almost be assumed that he's going to take off here. And that he did. Has to come back now with an 0-2 count on Caleb Ballgard. John Malcolm waits on deck for Battle Creek. Riddle leans in from the first base side, the right-hander. Has the sign and sets belt high. 0-2 the count to Ballgard, the pitch. Swing and a miss, a low fastball, and Ballgard wiped out on a strikeout. Ryan Riddle's got 2 Ks in this 8th inning. Riddle with 10 strikeouts through now 11 innings of work. Not a big strikeout guy. His most Ks this season is 5, however, that being in a longer appearance. That was 5 Ks. Took that 4 Ks over the course of 1 inning against Kenosha. A rare 4 strikeout inning. First pitch to Malcolm is low for ball 1. John Malcolm is hit by a pitch and flied to right and left. He is 0 for 2. Freshman from Vanderbilt. West Bloomfield, Michigan native, the #1 player coming out of Michigan from Perfect Game in high school. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, and Riddle gets him to wave and whiff at one. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Malcolm, Trace Peterson is on deck. 2 out, we're the last of the 8th. Rockford leads this thing 13-1. Past the 10 o'clock hour here in the East. And time has been called by John Malcolm at home plate. Kalamazoo leads 9-6 over Kokomo, bottom 8. So still the same in both ballparks, here and there. 1-1, the pitch on the way to Malcolm. Inside slider, swing and a foul back to the left. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zach Jones in line for the win. Ryan Riddle looks for at least 1 inning of work. Rockford's got a man warming up in their bullpen, but not throwing. So Riddle might go the last 2 of the game. Would be good for Josh Kime to get only 2 men out there. Runner takes off on 1-2, and Malcolm sends one a long way to right center field. Burrows back in the gap, tries to run it down near the warning track. He has it go off his glove. It's on the warning track, picked up by Vanderwall. As the run comes home to score, throw comes to third base as Malcolm's coming around, and he is tagged out by Wilhite. Malcolm did not slide. I don't think he realized Wilhite was going to make the tag on him. And so Malcolm is retired, but a run does score as Weiler comes from first base to cross home plate. The ball hit off of Burrows' glove in the right center field gap on the warning track. Really a highlight reel catch from Burrows, but it went off his glove, and Vanderwall fired home to third base and retires John Malcolm, who gets the RBI double. It is 13-12 after 8 innings, and out of the ninth we go in Battle Creek. Top of the ninth inning, Pablo Arevalo comes on to pitch the ninth for Battle Creek. Rockford leads this thing 13-2. Bombers get a run back in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch is outside of Matt Higgins for ball 1. Arevalo, a right-handed pitcher from Baylor University. 1-0 was grounded between first and second. Over comes the first baseman Morris. It flips onto Arevalo, covering the bag. That's a nice play. And a 3-1 putout retires Matt Higgins for the first out of the ninth. I'm sure the fans here are hoping it goes very quickly. Higgins, Wilhite, and Comia 4, 5, and 6 the middle third. Rockford leads 13-2. They've never trailed in this game. They scored 9 runs in the top of the first, their highest scoring inning of any game at any point this season. Battle Creek with 1 run in the 5th and 1 run in the 8th. First pitch now to Wilhite on the way from Arevalo. Here's a changeup down the middle. And strike 1 is the call. Numbers on Arevalo on the season. ERA of 2.76, record of 3-1. Appearing for the 19th time out of the bullpen this season. 1-0 pitch is a strike, 1-1. Revelo, aside from Ping Chun Ho, his Barry University mate, is the most used pitcher. Barry's got the two most used pitchers here. Revelo 19 times and Ho, who pitched earlier in the game, 20 times. Revelo, the 7th pitcher used for Battle Creek today. Here's a 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike to Andrew Wilhite. Revelo last threw against Kokomo on July 12th and pitched 2 innings, scoreless baseball, allowed 1 hit. 3rd time against Rockford this season. 0-2 pitch. Just outside. 1-2. Revelo's allowed no runs in 2 innings versus Rockford. He struck out 5. Got 1 out here in the 9th. Nobody on. The batter is Wilhite. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Wilhite's 1 for 3 today. Wilhite goes down on strikes. He swings and misses right through one. There's the 2nd out of the 9th inning. First strikeout of the game for Pablo Arevalo.
Now batting for the Rivets, the shortstop number 7.
Trevor Smizik allowed no runs on 1 hit. That was all for him in 1 1/3. Struck out 2 and walked 1 through 25 pitches. Comilla flies 1 to left field, shallow. Peterson makes the catch in left field. There's a 1-2-3 inning for Pablo Arevalo. Bottom of the 9th we go. Rockford leads this thing 13-2. Back for the 9th inning, a first pitch ball to Trace Peterson from Ryan Riddle. Rockford leads 13-2, bottom 9. 1-0 the count from Riddle. Fastball is on the outside corner at the knees for a strike call. 1-1, corner of the zone. Peterson is 0 for 2 today with a walk, strikeout, and lineout. Walked his last time. Riddle winds, and here is the 1-1 pitch to Peterson. Swinging a ball foul the way to the right, in on his hands, up and in, 1-2. Peterson, Merrifield, and Jeck 4, 5, and 6 for Battle Creek in the 9th. 11 to tie, 12 to win. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Peterson. And the pitch from Riddle. Outside, ball 2. This game has been ugly from the get-go. Good for Rockford, really. 9 runs in the first. They've been unmatched. 13-2 here in the 9th inning. 3 outs to get for Riddle. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to second base, hard for Dudden. Steps and throws on to first. He takes his time, throws wide to the first base bag. Backed up by Minzy in front of the dugout. That's an E4 on Josh Dudden as he completely missed the throw to first base. He took a few steps extra than you would think. Taking his time, and that cost him. Second error of the game for Rockford. The other one came against Zach Jones earlier on a throwing error. Throwing error here for an E4, and Peterson reaches base to start the bottom of the 9th. Brings up Jack Merrifield. 8th error of the year for Josh Dutton. Merrifield's 1 for 3 with a single. Throw back to first base. The ball gets away from Joseph, but knocked down. Wide of the line. Merrifield fly to right his last time up. The DH, freshman from LSU Eunice. Nobody out, 1 on, bottom 9. Infield looks to turn 2 in the middle. Dutton at second base, Comia at short. Dutton just committed the error. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third base, taken by Will Height, goes to second for 1, and it's off the glove of Dutton. Going to third base, Peterson. The ball in right center field, picked up by the outfielder. Checked out by Dutton in front of the outfielder, Blake Burrows. So an E5, a Will Height bad throw to Dutton cannot be picked up. My view of it was blocked by a pole right in front of second base. But the ball hopped away from Dutton. So an error for Rockford, 2 in this inning. Puts runners on first and third and nobody out against Ryan Riddle. Third error of the game for this Rockford team. That's 4th in the league in fielding percentage coming in. Josh Scheck now the batter. First and third, nobody out. Riddle from the stretch. First base side he sets. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right field, but Vanderwall charges in and makes the catch. Under tags from third base, Vanderwall is going to unleash it home. It comes home to Minzy. It's off of Minzy, who gets bowled into by the runner Peterson. He hit Minzy's leg, and Minzy pretty much helicoptered down to the dirt. But a run does come home on a sac fly by Josh Scheck to bring home Peterson. And our score is 13-3. A run that scored in a Josh Dutton error. Well, 2 errors for Rockford. So it's an unearned run against Ryan Riddle here. So Riddle with 2 runs allowed. One of them is unearned, 1 earned. Zach Jones' only run allowed was unearned as well. Runners now only on first base for Colby Johnson. Here's the first pitch. Slider outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Rockford now leading 13-3. Bombers have scored the last 2 runs of the game. 1 in the 8th, now 1 here in the 9th, both off Ryan Riddle. 1 ball, no strikes to Johnson. Here's the pitch. Slider again away for ball 2. Johnson on the day is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Scored a run back in the 5th inning. Fly to center his last time up. 2 balls, no strikes to Johnson. And Riddle's pitch. Fastball, wave and a miss right through it. 2 balls and a strike. Not the highest margin for a game this season for Rockford that they've won. 13-3, a 10-run margin. That said, they will take this win to begin their final stretch of the year. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch to Colby Johnson on the way. Slider is set to right center field. Burrows coming in with Vanderwall. Vanderwall there to make the catch. As he calls off Burrows. And there's 2 down, and Rockford has Battle Creek down to their final out here in the 9th inning.
Now batting for the Battle Creek Bombers, the catcher, wearing number 21 from Lamar, Jorge.
It's up to Jorge Gutierrez, the Lamar University product, to be catcher. Wisconsin beat Traverse City today 2-0. Might not be the best result for Rockford, knowing that Kalamazoo's winning 10-6 over Kokomo. Look forward to tomorrow in just a moment. First pitch to Gutierrez from Ryan Riddle, a man on first and 2 out. It's on the way, and it's outside, ball 1 off speed. Rockford brings out Jordan Nelson to go against these Bombers here in game number 2. Bombers yet to announce a probable starter in that game. 1-0 the count to Gutierrez, the pitch. Swing and a miss, fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gutierrez 0 for 3 today in his first game played with Battle Creek. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockford has Battle Creek down to their final out here in the 9th. They beat 13-3, 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2, and now Rockford's 1 strike away from advancing to 26-23 overall and 6-8 in the second half. And winning their 3rd straight game. 1-2 from Riddle. Gutierrez set, the lefty against the righty Riddle. Belt high. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ball hit to center field. Burrows backing up near the gap. He has room and he makes the catch. And that ends the ball game. So in 3 hours and 9 minutes, Rockford puts away a 13-3 drubbing of the Battle Creek Bombers here today. Rockford scored 9 runs in the first inning and never looked back. Zach Jones picks up his 3rd win of the season. He remains unbeaten as Rockford takes down the Bombers in Game 1 by a 13-3 score. The loss goes to Ty Schoaf, who allowed 9 runs in 1/3 of an inning for Battle Creek. Rockford 13 runs on 10 hits and 3 fielding errors. And for Battle Creek, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error in the field. Again, 3:09 is the end time today. From 7:11 to 10:20 Eastern Time. So game 2 tomorrow is 7:05 Eastern Time. Rockford and Battle Creek back here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Jordan Nelson to start for Rockford in game number 2. Rivets are 6-8 in the second half of the season and 3 games above 500 overall. Winners of 3 in a row. They look to make it 4 tomorrow against Battle Creek. We will come on the air just after 7 o'clock Eastern Time here in Battle Creek. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Sorry.